that you have the blueberry lemonade. So there's a local
What?
distillery in Pacifica
Ooh.
that in the pandemic has turned to bottling cocktails. And they will do
Ooh.
free delivery
That
within
sounds
Pacifica
awesome.
and I discovered the kind of the neighboring area. So yeah, it's and so they have a handful of different using, of course, their liquors. So this one boasted 10 in the it's like a wine size bottle, so 750 milliliter, 10 shots of their Pacifica vodka, and then it's a blueberry lemonade, and they have a few other
Hmm.
flavors too. And you can buy some of their hard liquors in at Total Wines, but they will do home delivery of their cocktails. So it's a way to support local. It's not
There we
about
go.
being an
They should just
alcoholic
keep that
or a
going
lush,
anyway. Fuck it,
right? Yeah,
right?
yeah, totally.
It's not
Let's
about
And
just
yeah,
open
yeah.
up some of our freedoms that have been taken
yeah.
away from us over the years and just keep that shit.
Keep that. I know,
Are we
right?
live?
We are. I know you're
We
live.
might be live.
Yeah, and I'll just say, what's cool is like the guy who delivered the booze is the owner. Like it's him. Like his name is Jason Tripp,
It's
and
you.
yeah, and it's like him and like a smattering of people. So it's not even like a big-ish or group. It's just like when the owner
Yeah.
is like, "Hey, I ordered on Sunday. I ordered like Sunday morning." Is like, can I swing by your order early because it was supposed to come in the evening?" I'm like, "Booze in the middle of the day? Okay." So yeah,
If you make me.
right. I know. I love small town living. I love it.
It's pretty good.
As far as shitty as
You
Corona
clearly know your
is,
audience.
yeah, as shitty as Corona is, I do like that if I do go to a restaurant with outdoor seating, I like the social distancing. I don't want to sit next to people. I don't want to hear their conversations.
Yeah, they smell.
Yeah.
I don't like get away from me.
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Long
I
after
hear
the
what you have to
pandemic, you're still
say.
using that as an excuse. COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
10 years from now,
Yeah. Exactly.
you
Yeah.
might have COVID. Get away from
Yeah.
me.
To
Yeah, grumpy
say
old man.
10 years, I'm pretty sure I was like an introvert, like in elementary school. So like I've really been waiting for this shit to happen.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
To make it
dreams come
socially
true.
acceptable to be like, fuck you, get away from me.
Yeah, COVID.
I like it for my one of my dogs is not particularly social with people and with other dogs. Like she can tolerate them, but and sometimes less tolerant of the dogs if they bark at her or give her a stinky eye. But this is awesome because it's like automatically everybody's like, "Oh wait, I gotta go to the other side of the road." I'm like, yes, this was
Yeah, when you're
made for
walking
for
around.
yeah
Yeah.
for dogs with fear issues, which she has.
I had a real asshole. I went to a
You
Greek
did have a real
restaurant.
asshole. So what
This
is
guy
it?
was a
You
real
just have
asshole.
A fake asshole?
Oh, I have a real one. He was
You have
a
a
real
synthetic
a
asshole?
real asshole. He purposely came in there without a mask, and he's talking really loud that he's pro-Trump to everybody. Like nobody wants to hear it. And then he goes and he sits like one table away from us instead of sitting. You're supposed to sit. Usually everybody skips a table, right? And he
Right.
sits
Yeah.
like right next to us. We had to like get up and move. It's like, and he keeps talking about um, how he's pro-Trump and stuff, really loud to the person he's with, like so everybody can hear him. He's just being an obnoxious turd.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like nobody wants to
Ugh,
hear that.
no.
So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have the sound effects. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. You're the sound
So
effect.
so
Back to
anyway,
basics.
I'll do a quick intro. Welcome to the Arcade Hangout. We're a dwindling number of friends. So
Random camera angles.
Right. Yeah.
Or no
maybe-
camera. Yeah.
Might be due to COVID. I don't know. I think it might be due to gambling.
Yes, that Dave.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Oh, we can run
Undermine.
over to Leo's house.
No, nice.
Oh, nice.
And then
Nicely done.
and then maybe pop over to Dave. Well, Seabart's not here because he had to go to the dentist.
Yeah.
So he's not here either. So let's check Dave's basement real quick.
Yeah, Seabart. Wait,
yeah,
go back
Dave's
to
not
Seabart's
there
house for a
either.
sec.
Seabart. Well, so Dave's not here. It's all
Yeah,
dark.
check him. Okay, he's not there. Go
Yeah.
back to Seabart's.
Let me go back to me. Back to Seabart's
Oh,
place.
yeah. No, Seabart's not there too. Yeah.
I hear him howling, I think, through the floor upstairs about his
Yeah.
teeth.
Ask him about how being his own dentist is.
Yeah.
That may explain the howling.
Dentist.
I almost dropped my phone when I read that. I'm like, oh God.
The pliers. Let's check the
That was
Gleek's
the best
basement.
run-on sentence I've ever read.
And you could hear the pain in the words that he wrote.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's like, two stuff
hey.
sucks. Oh, I hear my daughter's coming home.
Oh.
Hey,
Oh, she must.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
hey, y'all.
She must be better. Her like if she's moving around.
Yeah, she's walking.
her...
Oh yeah, she's walking around and stuff. Yeah, she's
doing handstands.
She have a walker?
No, she's walking around and stuff. She had that when she at first.
Yeah.
Just to get going.
Youth.
But,
She gets around on her hands now.
yeah, because they're young, they heal way quicker than if I did that. I'd probably still be in bed going, "Ow."
She's a regular Wolverine.
Yeah.
I was hobbling in a crutch on the my 2014 Fun Spot tournament. I had a broken leg and I was hobbling around Fun Spot for the 2014 Fun Spot tournament.
Going up and down stairs too.
Did we make you do that, or was that something else?
I had my own injured leg, and I was a participant. This was the last year. It was the final year of the Fun Spot tournament before 2015, which was the first Brofest tournament.
Right. Okay. So you were healed up by the time we made you walk around all day and all night, just to take.
No, I walked on my own. I was on a crutch, and I was a player. I was not a ref.
Got you. All right.
It was my fittingly, it was my worst turnout, my worst performance in a Fun Spot tournament. Not only because of the crutch, but also because they put Stargate in the tournament.
Well, if we had been doing a Hangout event, we would have required everyone to have a crutch.
Yeah. That would, that would be kind of fun.
Why haven't we done that yet?
Oh, yeah, right, exactly. Something
So we
like
need a
that.
lot of crutches.
Well, it's only 2 at a time, right?
Yeah,
that's true.
I'm trying to think of like if there could be like some sort of three-legged race component involved with all of this. Like you three-legged race to the game, and
you can play together, but your hands are tied together at the wrist.
So three-handed race. Yeah.
Use the crutch to mash on the gas pedal.
Yeah, you have to throttle with the crutch and steer a car.
Oh my God, that would be funny. I would not want to volunteer my game to be that.
I was just gonna say that.
It sounds like that emergency call ambulance game.
You have to play fire truck with that.
Right. So the person in the back seat has to do the front gas pedal with a crutch.
Wow.
And steer the back while the front person just steers.
How many people are gonna fall on their ass?
Dude, we did so well with like people playing fire truck that time that like, I mean, obviously people are gonna kill it. So
yeah.
Even Night Driver would be tough. Atari's Night Driver.
Yeah. I know that game. Yeah.
Or like you could now do Spy Hunter with a person operating behind the other person with a crutch.
No, you have to do that stomping spiders game.
Oh my God, that would be fun.
Oh no, to get injured.
Somebody would get. Oh, and the game would break. The game would break so bad. Yeah, yeah, definitely wouldn't volunteer. Well, I don't have a stomping spider.
Whack-a-mole with a crutch.
Yeah, I don't think we figured this out, but I think there's potential.
Yeah, exactly. We just need more booze, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It'll make complete sense.
Exactly. And the wheels
it'll sound really good until we hear it again.
Yeah, exactly. It's thinking lubrication. Exactly. Yeah, precisely.
I'll be right back. My dinner's here. I shall return.
I would be back.
All right, let's try to guess what he got for dinner.
I know. Was it like the Uber Eats driver in his driveway, like honking the horn?
I know, that's what I'm thinking, like with the horn.
Yeah.
Because usually, otherwise, it would.
What do you think? Wings, pasta?
I think tacos.
Lasagna.
Tacos? Oh, I don't think he'd order Mexican because
His
Patty's
great Mexican food.
Yeah.
Well, I get that, but it's contrast in flavor, so he always knows what he has.
Yeah.
Papa
Me.
John's.
Yeah, I was just
Papa
thinking.
John's.
Pizza.
I started leaning towards pizza.
The suspense is terrible.
Yeah, I hope it lasts. I'm down a pinball. Speaking of pinball phrases, although is that actually in your pinball? The suspense is terrible. I hope it lasts. Or I think it says the
Mine.
suspense is terrible. Yeah, in
No, it
Wonka.
plays both, but depends on
Okay.
what part of the game you're in.
Ah.
So like early on, it'll do that sound bite, but it won't do the I hope it lasts. Then there's later in the game certain modes and stuff where he does the whole thing. So I've heard it both ways.
Okay. Very good. But yeah, so Tails is out of there. I'm starting to do the space dance. Space dance.
Are you like spinning around like Sound of Music and the space available?
I'm close.
And things are knocked over.
Yeah.
Not that much space.
I know, right? That's the thing. The problem is that it was just so full that I needed to make space. Like as soon as Gapless went to its buyer, I immediately had like, okay, now I can move this away from the cabinet. Like I have like all these arcade games that are like around the garage, and so then I have like a big rolling stand-up cabinet and with a game blocking each door. So I was able to move one of the games away. My Space Fury is now in the line.
I took that picture.
Oh,
so it's not so much space. It's like, oh, they're not as awkward as they used to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and that's
You think that's enough Bondo?
Oh shit!
I caked the whole front of it.
All right,
So,
and it needed
empty
it.
space for my amusement.
Yeah. yeah. I love that. I love the taunting. And yeah.
I gotta upload those
You were a
so that I can.
stimulating opponent.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back. I gotta save dinner.
So Carrie's Miss Pack. It's a little rough. It's the first time ever that I'm glad that she picked up the. You can get Bondo in the small. Most of us buy the small
Little tub. Yeah.
little one.
Yeah.
I'm glad she bought the gallon, the big thing. I've never used this much Bondo in my life.
What does the hardener come in? Is it like just like?
Well, so like you've seen you can buy the big tube, right?
Yeah.
Like there's the big one for like $5. That's like the size of like toothpaste.
Yeah.
That's what comes with it.
Okay.
With the big tub. But I have a tendency to use more hardener than what the directions probably say, because I would rather it get solid quicker and be way more robust than risking it staying rubbery or whatever. So I end up using a bit more, and then I just I end up using a more abundant supply. I would rather do that than have to do like 5 applications.
Right, or tear
depending on
back.
what it is.
Yeah, I'd rather sand more than have to like tear
exactly.
Stuff out.
Yeah. And so I'm actually really impressed with how well it's worked on this cabinet, because the bottom edges, I've been using the plexi to make nice sharp edges, but every edge has needed it. It would be the left, like how the cabinet kind of comes like this, by the control panel, it kind of comes down the profile and then it bends. That little tiny corner on both sides was flaked off, and
weird.
There was just barely a little bit of you got the T-mold side, so there's just enough wood there, but it was such a small spot that I was able to actually round it out with Bono. And then she doesn't have a router, so because I needed to drill it T-molding, I did tell you this.
Dremel?
I dremeled it. I freehanded it, and it's spot on. I was terrified because I'm like, but it's such a small area. I braced my elbow on the other side of the cabinet and did it vertically and just went and I'm like, oh damn! And then I went deeper after I made the initial cut.
Yeah.
So with the cutter wheel, it actually worked quite well. But man, I've never the kick plate, the front of it. That's why I took that picture, because that was by far the worst. Like, I looked at the bottom, and what I did on the other on the main sides was I usually do the edges first, and then I'll feel the whole thing. I'll start sanding, and then I'll feel, and I'll take a marker and mark where, because the little spots, I'll mark where I need to apply a little bit of Bondo. Then I'll do that, and then I'll do the inside. But when I got to and that worked pretty well. But I got to the kick plate, and like from the bottom, like where you take the kick guard off, the rubber thing, and so there's those little holes, to fill in whatnot. But it was so scuffed up. I'm like, it's going to take me more time to actually do these individually and manually go than to just like lay a thin layer up like this far up the cabinet. And that's what I did. And it sanded off pretty quick with 120, but it just looks like that's why I wanted to take that picture. Cause I'm like, oh my God, this mess. After it's sanded, it looks like it should, but it's just been, I didn't realize how rough that cabinet was until we started working on it. And then, but it's coming along. It's all of it except the, someone etched like initials and stuff on the inside, where the black is by where the monitor, someone etched in, and it's not like, we thought it was just like surface stuff, but after sanded, and it felt pretty damn smooth. But so she started laying on the black, and we're out in the daylight on the driveway, so you see everything, and that's why, part of the reason. But she laid out a real thin layer of black gloss, and we're like, oh damn, because you could see everything, and it was deeper than we thought. So I had to wait for that coat to completely dry, and then I laid a real thin layer of Bondo. Every time it's like I have to knock on wood, because every time I'm like, well, that's the last application of Bondo. Whew. It never is. And so
cloud. Yeah.
Oh man, I was so caked, and I had to shower twice today because I was so caked in Bondo, and it's bad. I hate having to wear long sleeves for that reason, because it was hot out, but so it's like, okay, hopefully, again, I'm glad she got the big tub of Bondo. And the funny thing is, the only reason why she bought that is because Home Depot is out of the smaller stuff. So I'm like, well, it's better to have more than less. And now I'm like, we need it.
What does a gallon of Bondo cost?
What was it? $15? It was cheap.
Oh shit!
I thought it was cheap because like the normal ones are like almost $10 a lot of times, like
$8
or $10.
The small little tubs, yeah.
Yeah.
So all right, so the gallon's cheap, so that's fine.
Yeah. So it's been and so the goal is or the plan is to get the inside, the black done, because I think it's smarter to do that now before we start working on the outside.
Yeah.
And so the cabinet's all gutted, and we're going to hopefully prime it after finish the black tomorrow on the inside, prime it tomorrow, wait a day, and then lay the blue base on Thursday, and then let that sit until Saturday, probably, because that's the big heavy base.
So the goal is to take it back to Miss Pack.
Yep. Yeah, we have. I got her for Christmas the stencil kit from this old game, so we're gonna do the stencil. And the funny thing is, we went to Ace, because I'm like, let's get close. I'm sure we can get close with rattle cans, because let's spray it, but we don't need I've had really good results with spraying stuff, and so we actually
grab the HVLP or
automotive
shit.
we went to I was surprised. We got to Ace like half an hour before they closed, and they're a little bit picked down, but they had a lot of stuff, and we found, no kidding, we brought her bezel in to color match, and because that's the least faded of anything on her cabinet, and on most Miss Packs I've seen, and so we brought the bezel in, and we were able to find the pink, the yellow, and especially the blue really damn close. And so I was pretty stoked about that. So we're just gonna rattle can. We we have plenty of paint. I think it's going to work out well.
How many cans of each color did you go for?
So, fucking duck.
You're both looking.
I wanted to go a little overboard because we got 6 tall cans, like the 15-ounce ones of the blue, because I wanted an abundant for the base. The worst thing that could happen is you run out, you go to the store, and you can't find a perfect match again. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, let's do this, and then
that's not going to happen.
I think we got 3 or 4 of the pink.
Yeah,
because that's
got a lot.
No, yellow. We got like 4 because yellow's the second most.
Right.
Then pink, and then I think
2 of the black.
2. Yeah, we might need more black.
We're not going to need more black.
Because the
don't be racist.
Yeah. But yeah, we should be good. It depends on how much. And even if you run out, black is black.
Well, and the Ace by Me has the closer Ace has a ton. I was at them when I was there yesterday to get a cabinet lock.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we should be good.
Yeah, we won't have a problem
because we're going to go so thin on the coats anyways. I was like reading all kinds of like tips and stuff, and it sounds like the best approach is to go as only enough paint that's opaque, basically. Otherwise, you get ridges and stuff.
With stencils.
Yeah. And then we're going to clear coat it anyway.
That's right. You have some good experience with stencils.
I have some great experience with stencils. Yeah. Yep. Knock that shit out of the park.
Gino came by. Oh, there he is. Ha. Speaking of the devil.
My ears
that's fucking weird.
That is so funny. Yeah, Gino came by just like
and he was talking about you were saying you had some problem with the red on Robotron, and I mentioned to you that I thought Andrew had a problem with the red too.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but the paint became like stringy and ropey, and all the blue and silver went down fine, but the last one I only equate it to maybe temperature when I was doing it, what time of day, or I don't know. It was just bizarre. I never had that problem happen before. As I was pulling the stencil away, it would start stringing and roping as I was peeling it away.
That's why you go sticker.
Yeah. My issue was totally like, my fault. Like we just fucked up with that. The silver looked fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
But after that, it was a wreck.
Well, I've done plenty of vinyl, including my mispack. So I'm excited to try a stencil. Nervous, but excited. More excited. I think.
Because it's my game.
I did my mispack. I did my mispack in 2008, and I can tell you right now, I'm glad I did the vinyl then because I did not have the experience or skill that I do now. I feel way more confident now than then now. And Chris Rhodes has done like. I'll bet Chris has done at least 20 mispacks because he's restored a shit ton to sell and other people. And he swears by doing the vinyl, and he does an amazing job to the point where like you can't really tell until you get up to the cabinet. Mine has flaws, but at the time, but back when I did it, it looked great. Now that I've moved the cabinet around like 5 or 6 moves, it's taken some dings. So, but I'm excited to give the stencil a shot. I think it's going to turn out really nice.
If I were just flipping a game like that, I just restored just to get it back up on its legs again. The vinyl thing. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's so much less work.
And the thing is that you spend,
but you can't touch up vinyl.
No.
So you get a little ding here and there, and if you got the rattle can, you could like theoretically mask that off and just clean that up a little bit if you had to.
It's true. It'd be a pain, or it would be a pain in the ass. But at the same time, the price of stencils is almost the same. It's a little bit less than a full vinyl wrap.
Not if you include the paint.
Right, exactly. I spent $100 on. It was $100 of spray paint.
Oh yeah.
I mean, hopefully I don't have to. I mean, maybe I can return some of it, assuming I'm allowed to return it. And
if it's unopened,
you can, somewhere.
They should be able to look at the nozzles and see they haven't been sprayed.
Be like,
they'll take them back.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is the red something that you usually spray, or is that roll on? Can you roll that on?
With Robotron or for his pack?
Robotron.
Well, I think ideally you spray it all.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's all rattle can, right?
Yeah.
Unless you have a professional
I don't think you want to roll
YO
on
setup.
stencils.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
If anything, you're going to roll it be the base, maybe.
So what keeps the stencil stuck to it when the air?
Adhesive.
What keeps it?
Yeah.
It is adhesive,
like
but so the air, you can't be too close to it so it doesn't blow underneath the stencil, right?
Yeah, but like if you put the stencil down pretty tight, you're not going to have that problem.
It's almost like tape. It's got a clean edge.
Yeah. So it's like a painter's tape, but more durable. So so like when you lay the stencil down, like you can spray the shit out of it, and as long as you don't get it too wet, you're not going to cause wrinkling.
Yeah, as long as it's not too thick.
Yeah.
You
do thin coats, and then
don't you do thin layers like a light, and then keep applying it, let it dry for a little bit, and then every
and then
15 minutes
I've heard Sean was saying that after your last coat for whatever color, peel it off immediately.
That's the trick. Yeah.
Because you don't want it to lift with it, because then that's when you have to touch it up. So
and ultimately, like the problem that we had was that we lifted it, but it was like we left it for a week between stencils. Yeah, it was because for the Robotron that we were doing, when we laid it down with the automotive paint, it wasn't going on thick enough, so it was like pink instead of red.
Did you guys use a lacquer, like a spray lacquer?
We were using all automotive. So I don't know. Sam chose those.
Oh, okay.
But like
the reason I'm asking about lacquer, because lacquer is pretty forgiving. You know, you spray it and 10 minutes later it's dry. If you have a run, you can sand it out. Right over.
No, 100%. So I mean, I don't know if that's the case, but I know that like when we were laying stuff down, same thing with the red tents, like the shit would dry, it would flash, I think is the proper industry term.
Yeah.
It would flash almost immediately.
Yeah.
It was crazy fast because you're laying down just enough paint just to coat coverage. But the thing was like, we had to cut it down so much for all the red that we had to do on Robotron that it was just coming out basically transparent.
Yeah.
So it would have been pink, red with the silver background would have been not enough. And so the theory was because the automotive paint is fucking crazy expensive. It's like $50 a pint.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's not cheap, but the finish is amazing when you get it right. But like, it's like really expensive, and we could not get more automotive paint on the weekend that we were working. I had to go back to Denver and get more paint and then take it back up. So couldn't do it the same day. Anyway, Robotron.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've heard that the automotive and the lacquer stuff is a lot more forgiving in terms of kind of melting into other layers, so that you don't get as much of a ridge.
Exactly. You don't get a big tape. You don't get a tape mark like that.
Yeah.
So.
And can you like wet sand it though? Like if you do that and you just like gently wet sand it, and
you're supposed to be able to,
and then clear coat it at that point.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. Like if you're gonna clear coat it, there's a little forgiveness there, because at the end of it, at the very tail end, you could wet sand it or do like a really fine high grit light sand. That's what Sean was saying at least.
You can
just
get
like a 2,000 or 3,000.
1,000 grit, 2,000 grit sandpaper.
Yeah.
Just lightly go over it. But
it's like,
and then the nice thing about if you do a couple coats of clear, that's, you don't have to. You can worry about some of that. Leave that for the tail end too. So
after you wet sand it down, it's like all that. As long as the lines are still sharp and look good, you're good. And then once you lay down the clear coat, it's like you're just locking that in basically.
Yeah.
So then eventually you'll end up with a flat surface.
Yeah, and I was telling Carrie like this. When we didn't buy clear because we can do that at the end, but I was like, someone. Oh, I read it somewhere. It was just like, it was like a reminder to take all of our paints and do a test with a clear, see how it reacts before going to the cabinet. After Super Hang-On, I'm so fucking paranoid about laying a clear on, because remember how that destroyed like my whole entire first run.
And making sure the clear is the same as so if you're using Rust-Oleum, make sure you use Rust-Oleum clear.
Mm-hmm.
Don't switch to some other brand. Yeah.
Yeah. to this day I don't know what the deal was with that, because it was the same brand.
I don't
But
think
maybe
I
it was
heard that story. What happened to your Super Hang-On?
the first time around I had laid the white paint on the cowl, and it looked beautiful, and I'm like, I'm gonna lock this in with clear. I had bought clear with it, same. It was Rust-Oleum. Maybe it wasn't like the 2X, or maybe it was something. It was Rust-Oleum clear, but I can't remember what it was. But I waited on the directions, well, like a day or 2 days. I think I let it dry, and it just looked beautiful. I had this gloss white. Well, I ended up using the same stuff anyways. And then I started laying the clear on, and I did I did one coat of clear, and I walked away, and I came back like an hour later, and all the paint was bubbling and just
Oh wow.
pulling right off the plastic. It looked like a teenager with bad acne. It was just like, it was terrible. And
Wow.
and I had no choice but to start over. And
Yeah.
I bet it took me 4 or 5 hours to get all the paint off that cowl, because of all the weird edges and shit, and to
Sure.
not worry and not crack it. So I
Yeah.
had to be real. I think I ended up using like brake clean or something too, along with that, to help get it off. It took fucking forever. And then
Yeah.
what I ended up doing was, I was so paranoid to lay a clear on there that I did a couple extra coats I normally would have with
Yeah.
the white gloss. And I was like, I'm done. I'm not even gonna. And it's been fine, because you're not even. That's a game that you're not even. No one's gonna be leaning up on it anyways, because you're on the. So I'm like, it's fine. It's like got like 5 coats of white gloss. It's not, but yeah, I don't know. All the
That
paint
is
was
a
rated
weird
to
one.
work. All the paint was rated to work just fine with plastic,
Yeah.
and for whatever reason that cleared, like it acted like an acid.
Well, maybe the
Yeah.
plastic was reacting with the paint, and there was still some weird outgassing that was happening or something.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and I'm also wonder too. Maybe I waited too long or something? I don't know, or I was in some weird window.
Hmm.
I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, plastic does some weird outgassing, so it's totally possible. I mean, there's
yeah,
some sort
maybe.
of chemical reaction between the paint and the original plastic, and it was like, we're not done yet.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
it was still outgassing, and then when you lay down the clear, it's like it's basically
I know,
farting.
right?
It's basically farting still through the
Yeah.
clear coat.
Yeah, I had farted a lot. Yeah, terrible gas. Yeah, it scared me. Yeah, so, but it's just another like, for me, just let's lay some blue and do the same with the same paint, and then let's test the clear over it, man,
Yeah.
before we go over the whole cabinet. So I think we'll be okay. But
You gonna get a matte finish clear for that, the flat clear, or are you gonna get a little bit of a sheen, or
I was
what are you
thinking
gonna-
We were debating that. That's actually why we didn't buy it in the store, because we
Yeah.
thought we'd wait to see what it looked like, because
Yeah.
we mostly have gloss. I think all the paints are gloss. So it's like, do we want to dial it back? Because you don't want it to be like, looking like it's a total shiny thing.
like a gumball
Yeah.
machine?
Right, exactly. So maybe we will need to dial it back. So that's actually
Yeah.
why we didn't buy it. We were
Mhm.
looking at it and we're like, maybe let's.
do we get gloss or semi-gloss or
Mhm. Yeah. Do you have any suggestions?
Probably like a matte or a satin, something that is really low sheen. Probably look better, because those games didn't really have a high sheen anyways when they.
Right. Yeah.
Although if we have it super glossy, it could be like, did you vinyl that? I'm like, no. But yeah.
Great. Do all this work in order to have it look like vinyl? No. No.
How far did you guys get today? Did you get the primer down?
No. So it's all bondoed, ready for the primer, but you missed this part. I sanded down the black that goes around the monitor.
Yep.
And whoever, probably people who had carved it. Well, this game was in Pico Rivera, which means something to mock. So yeah. So it's a bad part of LA.
Oh, I don't. Gabby might know of it. I don't know of that.
Oh, you don't know
area.
Pico Rivera? Oh, wow.
I don't think I've been there. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's kind of.
What are you new?
I know it's kind of. It's
I
I
just
don't know
moved here
yet.
yesterday. I don't know these places.
yeah, right. I mean, it's quasi famous, like Pico Rivera.
I only go to LA to like go to
yeah.
Disneyland. That's not even really LA.
I don't know how Pico Rivera is now, but it's rough. It's historically rough, and probably was
Okay.
rough in the 80s, back in 1984 when this game was there, because I have one of the inventory tax sticker things on it that expired in like May of 84 or so, or whatever month. So yeah, it led a harder life before it eventually ended up at the person's house that I bought it from. This is the game that I got from the couple in wine country who had experienced the fire across the street, and I had talked on the show about how various areas had been devastated and like their windows had cracked from the heat, and how the church across the street had burned. So finally getting around to restoring this one. But yeah, so it had been carved on a fair amount inside, and that's actually what almost made me not get it, because when I showed up, I knew from the pictures that it was rough, and Ms. packs are frequently quite rough, but I wasn't expecting quite the level of damage on the inside of the cabinet. So I was like, I don't know. I was very hesitant because I hadn't expected to have to do the restore on the inside. But anyway, so yeah, I sanded it down to pretty much bare wood.
So you sanded all the initials out, the JD plus EZ.
Well, I sanded it down to I sanded it down to bare wood, but it wasn't
the
enough.
Big dick I drew in there.
Yeah, when we started to lay when I put down the black, and you could totally, it's like you could see the initials, and it wasn't. I mean, it was better than it was, and actually, it almost looked like somebody had tried.
Now, keep in mind, this is in the daylight too. We're out in the sun.
Yeah,
and the cabinet's on its back.
So it might not have been that bad had we turned it up, but I mean, we're making this cabinet pristine, so why not just make it pristine? Thank you, Zadie.
Fix it now. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly, because I'm never fucking doing this again. And all the Bondo desks, and it was a bummer because I'd taken the tack cloth and I like cleaned everything off. I'm like, I used the tack cloth as much as I could and I threw it. I'm like, because we're done with Bondo. Like, no, we're not done with Bondo. So I was like, hey Jim, take a look. And so we decided that it really just needed to have another layer.
I love doing Bondo so much that I was like, let's do some more.
Yeah. And I love doing laundry and washing pink Bondo dust out of laundry so much that I was like, yeah, let's do that. So I'm doing one load of laundry
I was like,
right now.
I was like hitting my shirt, and I was just like I was like, what'd you say, Pigpen from?
Yes, exactly. You know, when Pigpen walk along and there's some. Yeah, so I'm doing laundry right now, and then you can get all Bondo dusted tomorrow with it. So yeah, so that's a delay because we'll do that, and then tomorrow the primer will go down, and then the following day we expect that we'll get the blue down, and then that's Thursday. We'll let it all dry Friday, and then start stenciling on Saturday.
Oh wow,
that's the plan. That's what
weather
we're doing.
Permitting. Yeah.
No, fuck the weather. We're just doing it. If it's windy or crappy, then my plan is I have one of those pop-up canopy things. Then I'll just get some plastic sheet. I'll go buy some plastic sheeting, and we can make like a little spray.
A fort. We're gonna build a fort.
Yes, that will be impervious to the wind and fog. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say if the neighbors didn't have a blue car in the beginning of the day, they will by the end.
I know. I just had my house painted, so I'm thinking.
We got
maybe
lucky today because there wasn't a wind. The last couple days, it's just been
yeah. Today was gorgeous. Yeah, so that's the game plan for Ms. BitKit.
Well, it sounds like it's coming along nicely.
Yeah, work has been busier for both of us, so we haven't gotten to as much. We haven't gotten, I think, as far as we thought we would, but it's progressing. And I think, Buffett, I'm going to be sending you a chassis to work on because I just don't really want to fuck with anything. And the chassis that I pulled out of there, oh my God, the burn is so bad. It's so bad. I'm like, I have other monitors.
A Miss Pac-Man with Miss Pac burn, unheard of.
Yeah, right. Oh. So I'm like,
it's beautiful burn though. It's like I can understand why people save the tubes. Just if you could just pull the glass off and put that on the wall.
Yeah. So I think I forgot what it is. I have like a really, really low burn. I think it might be a 4600, but I'm not sure. I have to double check.
I'd put my money on the 49 because you have about 50 of them.
I do, but I have two 46s that don't work. So it might be the 46 because I think the 46s are a little more fragile than the 49s, and I think I have like one 49 that's not.
Buffett loves working on those 46s.
Do you
So
have any
much.
7,000 chassis? Because I have some tubes. Nope.
Oh, actually, I do. Yeah, I do. I have
You do?
I do, but I don't. I mean, I don't have the frame or anything like that. I just have the chassis. Wow, you have a tube. That's cool.
I have a tube for you if you want it.
Yeah, I don't have but I don't have a frame for that one.
What socket?
It's 8-pin.
Oh, skinny.
Mm-hmm. It's the more common one.
I don't know. I used to think they were more common until like the last few I've ran into are the fat ones. But you can always swap the neck board.
So yes, it's been arcade mania between, and yeah, Tales from the Crypt left this morning. I have my Zoo Q going on Friday. So,
wow.
Yeah, and Ms. Pac-Man or Ms. Bitkit will take the place where Zoo Q was. So it's nice to get a little bit of room, a little bit of breathing room in the space dance. Space dance.
Elbow room, got to get some elbow room.
That's right. Oh my gosh, I
The Electric
forgot about
Company?
that one.
No, that's from Schoolhouse Rock.
Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah. When they were talking about like
geez.
developing, like
Close.
Expansion of the
Yeah.
of the West.
Mhm.
yeah,
That's how I learned
Yeah.
all my history.
It's how we stole all this land from the Native Americans. Yeah. Elbow
That doesn't-
room.
yeah,
Shoot
exactly.
the
Yeah.
Indians, give them chicken pox.
Give
Yeah,
people
exactly.
the elbow room.
You're right. And STDs. Yeah. And then we'll let them live in the shitty places that are
Yeah.
virtually uninhabitable.
And run oil pipes through their land.
Yeah, exactly.
Which leak?
Yeah, exactly.
Leaky oil pipes.
Leak oil pipes, and then they drink the water, and their babies come out with flipper
Elbow
arms.
Yeah.
Oh,
Diarrhea.
America.
Oh, yeah.
I was
So I
hoping
put
Dave
a
would be on tonight. I want to hear him talk about Fun Spot, him and Leo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Where are they? They're gambling. Those sons of
No,
bitches.
well, Gak is not on, but I did not get the text or email, so
because they don't like you.
I smell. Actually,
Right.
it's funny. It's funny. Oh, should I
They're
tell?
taking all of Jim's money. We don't need him here.
Well, no, you know what it is? It's because he's here and he doesn't have the soundboard. They're like, fuck him.
Yeah, he doesn't have soundboard. Don't
Yeah,
invite
if you're
him.
back home, then we'll yeah.
Well, Gabriella post the Schoolhouse Rock elbow room. Thank you,
You know,
Gabriella.
I actually have like the DVD collection of all those. I just
So do
never
I.
figured out how to put them on a Plex and actually make them playable. So
Yeah, and then you should
Eventually I'll
group
figure
them
it
by like history and math and
Yeah.
English. And I never liked the math ones much, but I like the
There's no math on the show. Yeah.
not on this show.
gather
Oh,
up
yeah,
your
it's-
adjectives
math.
and
Yeah, but the same thing like with the electric company. Like it'd be cool to like mix all those together and add them as bumpers for like some sort of cartoon thing you were doing.
oh yeah, fun.
Like the MTV bumpers for the music videos.
I'm just a bill.
Yeah, the
I mean, that's
bill.
the
That's one of the most
classic
yeah,
one.
I love
Yeah.
that meme where it's like, this is really how a bill's made, and it shows a drawing of Bill, from the
Mhm.
Schoolhouse Rock, and he's just getting money from special interests, Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
always
and then
like
the
the Simpsons
little
part.
kid, the little kid says, "Oh, that's how a bill is made." Like reality Schoolhouse
Where
Rock.
it's like, I'm an amendment to be.
Yeah, amendment to the
Yeah.
to the
I'll
bill.
make Ted Kennedy pay. If he fights back, I'll say he's gay. It's like,
Oh, is that that's the Saturday Night Live one they did?
no, the Simpsons one. Yeah.
Oh, Simpsons. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an old one. That's from one of their early, maybe like the fourth season or something like that, where they're trying to watch Itchy and Scratchy, but instead they're forced to play the Krusty's show is forced to play an educational, so it's the amendment to B instead of the bill. It's pretty damn funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those are fun. I know they that was a mandate from the government to make those so kids could learn something on Saturday mornings, because we would watch cartoons from 6 a.m. till noon. They're like, yeah, these kids are rotting their brains, make them learn something and make it a song, so because they can remember songs. So
here we are,
right?
remembering at least one of those songs, even slightly incorrectly.
Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was good one.
Conjunction, junction. What's your
function? What's your function,
baby?
Yeah, putting on words and phrases and
clauses.
Clauses.
It's always the same guy singing a lot of times too. Junction.
Yeah.
What's your
And I remember the 8 one that I don't remember quite what the 2. Remember there was
that's a math one, Carrie.
Yeah, where she was figure skating the number 8.
Yeah. I think my favorite one is probably the what's that one? That's the one with the explanation points. What's it?
It's a few bars.
With emotion. Yeah, I try to remember all the words to that one, but that's the one where the kid gets a shot by the doctor. He's like, "Hey, that's not fair. Give him a shot down there."
Yeah,
but I'm like, what doctor comes to your house and gives you a shot?
Down where?
Yeah,
down his butt.
No.
A girl opens the card, goes, "Wow."
Whoa.
Yeah, those were fun. Yeah.
Darn, that's the end.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh my God. That was awesome. I had that on. I had like this Schoolhouse Rocks. I think the history version on VHS. In fact, I still may. I just don't have a VHS player anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I got a DVD of it for Christmas.
That's what I have. I think I have
20
the
years
DVD
ago.
kicking around somewhere.
Nice.
I think Keith has them all, or no, some Disney Plus has them all up. If you guys have Disney Plus, they're all there.
Yeah, but they
Disney
have
Plus.
merkins and butt merkins overall.
Yeah, they haven't censored
like
that
gets the
yet.
shot. Yeah, it's a butt. Yeah, it's totally censored with a butt merkin.
Yeah, but a fuzzy butt merkin.
All right, I'll see if I can get. I'll see if I can get those put together for the pre-show for.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah. Are you going to be in?
Yes, I'm not going anywhere now. I've 2 weeks off. That's the best I can do. So.
Okay. I need to take some time off. I just finished wrapping up a big project, so I'm like, I need some time off. But then again, you're home, so it's when am I gonna go?
I know.
But at least I don't have to look at my computer, just not work stuff.
So I haven't told you guys, but like my office shut down. So
what?
done. Yep. I am
100%
shut down. There is no office. It's been subleased. I have to get my shit out tomorrow.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, Andrew.
Fuck, dude.
So there is no more office.
No.
There's no more Zoom meetings, no more Bangladesh, no more any of that.
I am 100% work from home forever now.
Oh, so you didn't lose your job? You're just working from home.
I thought you lost your
job.
That
case, you get no you lucky dog, right? I want that, right? Yeah, that's what I'm fucking hoping for. That
I thought
I'll
you
never
were saying
have.
you lost your job.
Me too.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
jeez.
I'm out of here. Fuck.
Right, I know. Yeah.
All right. Sorry, everybody. I didn't depress you enough.
Sorry, I blew up.
Good news.
Yeah.
That's
party
good
time
news.
at Andrews.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know. I still like having an office to go to. I mean, we're it's going to be a fight to like maintain the culture.
And you call yourself an introvert?
Yeah. But the cool thing is, like, I go to my office and I put my headphones on, and I put the little sign on that says, "Don't fuck with me, I'm working," and they leave me alone. But I still get to walk to work, and like I can have the social interactions, to the level I want them, and then not. No, but it's mostly the culture of my team, and it's like I acknowledge like I may be introverted, but like the rest of my team is not, and I still want to make sure that they feel like they have a good culture rather than just being like, hey, you just like work from your house, you're a contractor. Yeah. So it's weird. Yeah.
Hey, Carrie, do you
that'll never happen.
Do you have IRC open, Carrie?
Well, actually, that's not true. Because Wendy's going through a thing where like they're going to be basically be doing like desk shares if they ever go back into an office again. Well, she'll never have a desk again. She'll
so you share a desk with somebody?
She may go in like 1 or 2 days a week, but it's like a hoteling space.
Yeah.
Like generic office that you share with somebody. Yuck.
She knows where to go.
Where am I supposed to keep my salt and pepper and my napkins and my?
That doesn't exist. You bring it yourself in your own little knapsack. So yeah,
my little emergencies at work. Yeah. Carrie, do you have your IRC open by chance? Or
no, I
next
don't.
to Jim? Okay, because Gabby's been posting all the stuff. She posted the thing you said about the figure 8 thing. That's there. Yeah. Link to that, and she also did a link to my interjections. That's the one I couldn't remember. That's my favorite song in there, and I should know the name of it if it's my favorite, but I couldn't remember what it was. Interjections for emotion. I don't know the rest of the words.
Yep. Oh my, yeah, that was a good one.
I drank those memories away.
Well, what's the other one? Conjunction, junction.
What's your function?
Yeah, I'm just a bill.
That's the politics one. Yeah. Elbow room is the one I remember.
The something like 3 is a magic number or something like that, which was another math one where it's like,
yeah. So what's another one? Oh, I know. How about the pull out your adjectives? It was a hairy bear. It was a scary bear.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
She's carrying around a big backpack, and then the turtle walking around with her. It's how to describe things, He's a man, but he's got a boyish face, so I put ish on the end of it.
That's right.
Those are fun. Now kids don't learn shit. Right? What do they watch I guess they just watch Cartoon Network now. They have streaming stuff or YouTube, and they watch Twitch. They don't teach anything on any of that stuff. So it's just a lost thing that only we'll remember, I guess.
Well, I was complaining the other day because I remember in my wife and I remember back in school, and I think it was like 4th or 5th grade, they would teach you cursive. I don't even think they do that
that's
anymore.
gone. They dropped it.
Yeah,
cursive's gone. Plus, a lot of people type now too. So
yeah.
I mean, typing's kind of like they should be teaching typing like in 2nd grade or something. If you're not already
straight away. Kindergarten. As you're learning the alphabet anymore. Like I should be learning to type the alphabet for junior high was when we learned how to type.
Yeah. Or high
literally
school,
had typewriters, like you had a fucking mechanical.
Oh, geez.
Remember the typewriters had no letters on them? So you just had to,
there were some that didn't have those.
Oh my God. So you really got to know your
and in typing class, you didn't want to get those.
But, I don't remember. I don't think there was a choice at my high school. They were all without.
They all
some had and some didn't.
I think so.
Terrible.
Yeah, that was middle school for me.
When are you ever going to go to a typewriter that's like that?
I forgot 7th or 8th grade, and that was one of the things where I tried to be kind to my mother when I can get the mental place. And I remember one Mother's Day. In my Mother's Day card to her, I thanked her for forcing me to take typing, because I remember at the time I was very bitter, and but in fact I'm actually glad that I took typing. But I was I think it was.
So you did real typewriters or computers? So we had computers.
No, it was typing. It was real fucking typewriters.
We had the green monochrome screen typewriter.
That's hilarious. So I had computers in elementary school, but we literally had to learn typing on fucking typewriters.
Real old school typewriters,
like mechanical, not even electric.
Naked lunch style.
The swing arms and everything. Like if you type too fast, they grind up, and then you gotta fix them and don't type that fast. And we had to basically at the end of the semester, it was like you had to type the alphabet with your teacher hovering over you, who strangely enough, my teacher in elementary or in middle school was like Penn Jillette from Penn and Teller. That's what he looked like. I swear to God.
Oh.
Weird as fuck.
Mine looked
that
like
was my typing
teacher. I had the worst typing teacher. Oh my God. She would, so it's like I said, we're on computers, and you would get like a paragraph that you got to you're timed, and she would just walk through, like this. And once in a while she'd shut off people's computers once in a while to get you in the habit of save often, because you never know when that power could go out if you're
that's a good practice.
It is, but it's like, fuck.
It's so brutal.
Thanks. Yeah, it's brutal.
I can see
it's mean.
Yeah,
I can see Mock there like Sean Penn. You dick.
Yeah, you bitch. She was too. I didn't like her at all.
Hey,
Like,
bud.
like
I
she
thought
just handed
typing-
out your pizza the whole fucking class.
Oh my god! And there was two typing teachers. One was the really nice one. The other one looked like the lady from Wizard of Oz, the witch. You know, the one that comes to Dorothy's door and steals her dog away. That one. Ugh, she was like that. Just
Elvira
mean.
Gulch.
Just mean.
Yeah.
I was like, why did I have to get her? I was hoping it'd be a cruise class, you know, my senior year. Oh, I'll take typing. It's easy. My God, can't believe she made it as hard as possible, you know, where you don't have even time to pick up your pencil if you drop it. It's just.
I made a
All right,
mistake with
that's
one of my
fair enough. But
collectives.
but how many words can you do a minute now?
I'm like lightning.
Yeah.
1
I
billion.
know it's funny. Like we're all like 75, 85 words a minute, right?
C-Bart's like
75 to 100. I never actually. I don't remember what
C-Bar,
mine is.
that's because he just like mashes concepts. He doesn't type. He just mashes concepts into the keyboard, and we have to interpret.
I'm fast, but I have more mistakes per. So you know, because I type too fast, and sometimes I'll fuck stuff up. But I'm pretty quick. My wife and my daughter both think I'm a super duper fast typer. I'm way faster than they are. So maybe that's a good thing. But still,
I still think it's a good thing.
I maybe. She's just so mean though. I don't like mean people.
No, it's just funny though, because I still remember like the proper way to type.
The dog.
But I've sort of adopted. I've got the face.
Face is right in the camera. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
What are you doing?
But luckily, it's not the face on one side and the butt on the other side.
Yeah. I know that
Jim's
was
side gets the butt. Oh no, he gets the head.
But
yeah, she's looking at my dinner. That's what this is about.
I will say I think it's really cool to have typing classes to figure that out, because like I know what it's like, but like it's like anything else, like filmmaking or whatever. It's like now you know how to break the rules. And I could type like, 75, 80 words a minute, no problem.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I know when it's like, and I swear to God, I still go back to
Put
that
your
fucking
fingers on the home row.
I still, well, I look for the nubs.
Yeah.
On the keyboards.
On your index fingers. Yep.
You see the index fingers or the middle fingers, depends on the keyboard. But
I feel for that first, so then I know I'm there.
but I still swear to God, like there's times when I go like I'm using the wrong finger, but like fuck it, it's fast enough, and that's just where my finger happens to be, and it's like I know what I'm hitting. So
I
it's
still
like,
hit
when you know
X
how to
and
break
Z wrong sometimes because I never
your
use them.
Pinkies.
Yeah, and I just never use that. So
xylophone, it sounds the same. Doesn't matter how you type it.
Xanadu with the X.
And the thing is, like when it comes down to it, like it's who
I
cares?
spell Xanadu like every week. I don't know. That and xylophone, they just come up all the time.
I made a mistake. I think it was my third year at college. I needed an elective, and there's a list of courses, and I'm like, oh, I'll take this Microsoft Excel class. It's Microsoft Excel. It's a spreadsheet. This is going to be a slack off. Yep. It was.
Yeah,
I didn't realize it was like the second.
Hard to remember.
Those are fucked up. Yeah,
it was
those
like
are
Excel
hard to remember.
2
Those
or
are hard.
3. It was like I did fine like the first like 2 weeks or whatever. I remember because I got to the what is the where you could drop the course and get a withdrawal.
Oh yeah.
So it was like
you don't get in trouble.
It was like maybe like 3 or 4 weeks in. It ramped up so quick because I didn't realize that this was like the second course or something.
Oh no! It's not even the intro to Excel.
It wasn't. No,
jumps right into advanced.
Wow.
It got to be like our exam was the entire hour, right? And we got into formulas and macros and stuff. And so like by like week 3 or 4, like it just exponentially ramped up. And it was like our third or fourth test. And what it was is you had the entire hour. The entire test consists of one question, and it was make a macro or formula or whatever that does this. And you have the entire hour, but you have to like program this whole thing into Excel. And at that point where I was just like, I can't do this shit. Like, what the fuck? And so I ended up dropping it. But like early on, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a piece of cake. And like maybe the first week or 2, like I was like, oh, this isn't too bad. But then all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, I have to really struggle to like get this down. And Yeah, you had to write all these formulas and stuff, and I didn't even realize at that point that Excel could do that stuff. I was just like,
it does way more than you think.
Yeah, it's
and
not
nowadays
just rows and columns.
yeah, but
add this row.
This is like 2003
add this,
or whatever.
This, and this, and put it over
nowadays,
here. That's about all I can do.
But the thing is that nowadays, if you're looking for something, you just
button.
download a template. So if I'm looking for something that will do whatever, just hop on Google and you can find a template almost always. So it's like, today, I don't think it's a good skill to have, and I'm sure there are jobs that are looking for people that will do that. But like as far as I'm concerned, I'm like, well, if I need, this that will calculate that, someone's already developed it. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many macros and stuff like that you can copy and paste. At the end of the day, I'm like, Excel's a database, right? Can I just write a MySQL query? It's so much easier than fucking writing Excel nonsense.
Yeah,
equals like universal.
That was probably the closest to finding something that could actually take advantage of advanced math, because like I remember doing calculus and stuff in high school and even like my first year of college when I was an aviation major, and I tutored calculus and stuff. I thought math was pretty easy, but I remember thinking I'm never going to use this shit. Like this, like I'm never going to use calculus. Like I could see algebra, but like
area under a curve. How often do you need that every day? Like never.
Yeah,
I've never needed to know the area under a curve.
Yeah, nope. But when we were doing these formulas and stuff, it was a lot of mathematical formulas, and I'm like, oh, huh. But yeah, all that stuff that you have to use a graphing calculator for, when are you going to use that? And the same, I'm making the same argument as I did in school, like all the other kids. Why am I learning this? I'm never going to use it, and the teachers are trying to like make arguments, and I don't have anything. I got nothing.
Shut up, do your work.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the kind of stuff that'd be cool if they taught in school, like how to create an Excel sheet that like works with like maybe to bring in all your expenses and how to figure out, how to budget stuff and
Well, for instance, I have a template.
Yeah,
basically. Yeah, we need to
balance your checkbook.
All that stuff that they don't teach anymore. And
kids get out in the world and they don't know what to do.
See, I'm bitter about calculus because calculus is probably the reason why I'm not a doctor right now. Like I wanted to be a physician, but I didn't do particularly well in college with the calculus. I was taught by Dostoevsky, at least I'm convinced. He had a really strong Russian accent, and it was very difficult to understand the man. So I did not do particularly well in calculus. I'm like, I'm not going to make it into a decent medical school. I'm going to have to go like out of country. I'm going to have to go to Granada or something for medical school. So here I am, a lawyer, because that's what you do when you're not particularly great. When you don't get A's in math, you go to law school. Yep.
You're smart. You go to law school.
In retrospect, I'm like, I'm avoiding the coronavirus. Like, I kind of look at like if I had gone into, and I was interested in like surgery, which would be a terrible profession for me because I love the idea of it, but I'm clumsy as fuck. Shut up.
People complain about a pain in their side, and you left the scissors in and sewed them up.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that. Have
we seen you solder?
Actually, I'm pretty good at soldering. If you looked at my work, it's actually pretty good. That part, it's not too bad, but I have to have like some giant like magnifying glass thing with the light. But I Mark, what would happen actually in the operating room? I'd be like, shit. I wouldn't sew them up, but I'd be like, where did I leave the forceps?
Yeah, exactly.
Where did I put that? Okay,
thanks,
I couldn't have gone far. So spent another 10 minutes while I rooted around.
All right, get the X-ray machine. Oh, there they are.
Yeah, I tossed into a couple things.
They're either in the tray or in Mr. Jakowski.
In his belly.
And that's actually a joke in one of the Three Stooges episodes. They leave all the tools inside.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. He gets up and he hears
Clink clink.
I think today's college course is how to Google stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love to teach all the attorneys and people in the office how to do that, because like I tell them all the time, I'm like, anytime I say I'm going to need to read, I don't know the answer, but I'm going to need to research it. Research means Google.
Yeah.
If I can do it, you can go. Yeah.
All right,
And it'll
Necros,
even
apologize
predict
to
your-
Gabriella.
All right, someone's eating some ass in IRC.
Yeah, Necros told Gabriella to fuck off.
Ooh, I need to get into
Like-
IRC.
like
so there's shit going
legitimately,
down.
like, serious?
Come on, we're all friends here. Knock it off.
All right, let's break this down.
Read it to me.
Oh, but I see what Gabby said though.
Yeah,
she's
I know.
just, she's just having fun.
Oh shit.
Is she now? Oh, yeah.
I think so.
I wish I had the IRC open, but a laptop sucks because you have to shrink windows.
About reach arounds and well, on a different note.
Yeah.
On a lighter note,
Who said
coronavirus.
some arcade shit?
I'd like to give a shout out to Gleek. I don't know if I think he's here. I see him in the IRC. Gleek, are you there? Are you listening? I got a message for you. Got a message for you, buddy. Well, anyway, maybe he'll hear it. He'll not. But I just want to say that I finally have been on his new Clav forum. I know you guys were talking about it, but I had not been on yet.
Yeah.
I got to check it out and try everything, and it's slick. I like it. And I'm glad finally we have a newer, upgraded version. It was way overdue. So, Gleek, thank you for your time you put into that. It's appreciated, and hopefully other Cloud people have said that they appreciate it. So, thank you for making that transition without losing information. That's usually what happens.
Yeah.
When they put it in a new forum, everything is fucking gone.
Yeah.
All the archive shit gone.
Data migration is actually very, very hard.
It's very difficult. Yeah. So what they usually do is go, oh, here's the link to the old one if you want to go look up blah blah blah.
So you guys thought Excel spreadsheet shit was fucking challenging? Well, database migration between two applications.
Yeah.
Quite
You got to make
that
sure
was my
everything
second
lines
choice for
up the right
class
way.
was data migration 2.0, but I was like, that seems challenging.
So let me go for Excel.
Yeah, I know. I was
1.2.
I need to get in the
102.
habit though with the new Clav of paying attention to the related search or related threads links, because they actually legitimately pertain. Like I was really surprised. Like the search is way better. Everything's better especially once you get used to it.
Night Flyer says Gleek is at Jono Vision's house.
What?
Okay. What are they doing?
Don't ask.
I think today my
They're both single.
was picked up by STI from Bardelli's house.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think about 7 or 8 days. I think they said the 18th or the 19th was their estimated delivery.
So it started its journey.
I am assuming it started its journey. I didn't check today, but it's been the 11th since for a while. It was the ETA pickup, and I just checked like a day or two ago. So
you got
no reason to doubt it.
You got a pro number for it, kind of like the UPS tracking number.
Yep. Yeah, it's like a 8-digit or whatever. Starts with a couple letters, and yep. Yeah. I like though that it says like estimated or planned picked up, scheduled pickup, estimated delivery, and it's simple but stays up to date. So we'll see. I'm gonna pull both those fucking monitors, and then me and my buddy Jason are gonna haul that sucker up. the short, deadly stairs.
How many pounds do you think you'll save by taking them out?
Oh, at least probably 120 at least.
Yeah.
80
per monitor. Yeah, per monitor. I would say each
40 was what I was guessing, but yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Each monitor, I would say probably a 19-inch monitor. Probably 50 or 60 pounds would be my guess.
Think so? All right.
Maybe.
I was guessing. I was thinking like.
Yeah.
Seems like Buffett should know.
Buffett?
That's a good Buffett question. Yeah, Buffett. how
Well,
much
but
does
he doesn't ship tubes though.
Oh, good point. Although he handles monitors all the time.
Well, what do you want to know? I'm half paying attention.
All right, so what is the
What's a complete 19-inch Sanyo?
Sanyo?
Weigh.
20 easy.
20 easy. What a complete one? What would you?
What's
guess?
that weigh? 20 pounds? 25 pounds?
Or not? I don't honestly know. It feels about 30-ish.
30-ish. All right.
Yeah.
Well, 60 pounds definitely worth pulling out for slipping up the stairs.
I mean, according to the flyer, the entire game complete is 287 pounds. So
Wait, so that's it. So I've never had a punch out. So are those all particle board, or there's some particle board plywood, or?
If most of them are all plywood.
So
most
plywood is what you're going for. So
Most
but
all
do they have
960.
particle boards as well?
Some of them do for like potentially the coin box area and stuff. It all depends on if you've
Like
got an
the kick
over
plate?
under or not.
Yeah.
It all
Interesting.
depends.
So I didn't know if it was like Donkey Kong, where it's
Yeah.
like you can get them in both, or Popeyes or whatever.
Yeah, for the most. Your best bet is take out the PCB, because believe it or not, that weighs at 6 or 8 pounds. That's quite heavy. And then take out the monitors.
Yeah.
Um,
But 30
Bezel
pounds
glass?
each, that's 60 pounds.
well,
so,
and
yeah.
it's top heavy because they're so high. I mean, it's a 6 foot 2.5-inch cabinet.
You gonna take
Yeah.
out the 2 bezel glasses?
if you take out the two
No,
monitors,
No.
it's not as awkward as it would be with them in. When you take the
Yeah,
two,
yeah,
it's basically like carrying around a regular cabinet.
yeah.
Well, yeah, and plus, like, I mean, you don't want to shake the monitors around too much. So,
Yeah. With all the monitors and the PCB out, you and Carrie should be able to carry it up a stair.
Oh, it's gonna be my buddy Jason.
Oh.
So like,
Right.
yeah, it'll be we've moved a shit ton of games up there, including Marble Madness. So and that with the monitor in. So, but yeah, I think it'll be fine. We usually, because the stairs are so awkward, we end up laying the cabinet on its back and just pushing it up, because it's only it is only 8 steps, and they're short and carpeted, but because they're short, it makes it more challenging with the dolly, because you don't have enough area on the step to actually rest. So it's like you got to do it either in one shot or
I'll give you a word of warning: do not pull up on the top of those cabs.
pull up on the. Oh, okay.
Do not pull up on the top of the cabs.
And why is that? Like,
You'll pull it right off.
oh shit, really?
A lot of them you'll pull right off. Yeah, they'll come loose and pop out of the sides.
The top will come right off?
Yeah, when those cabs get tilted or twisted,
Yeah.
it breaks the glue in the
Oh.
staples loose.
oh shit. So but Donkey Kongs and Juniors and Popeyes have like hold spots
Yeah,
on
they
the top
do.
of those.
But when those cabinets, because they're so big and so tall, and they
Yeah.
get moved and tilted, when you pull them back and you twist them left and right, like twisting an ice cube tray. it
Oh, like if
breaks
you're like
the glue.
pulling them up,
Oh,
if you're
yeah.
pulling up like cattywampus up the stairs. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we don't do that. We just lay it and just.
Right, but just push
Square.
it from the bottom and guide it from
Yeah.
the top. Without the monitors and stuff, it should go up no problem.
Yeah, no, that's typically what we do. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I said,
But good to know.
Yeah, it busts. I've got 5 of those cabinet types, and
Oh,
2 of them are just like, you can rock them back and forth, and it's like they're going to fall apart any minute
oh damn, yeah.
because they're just broken loose that much because of the way the 9/16 plywood is nice and light, but it is not structurally sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a shit ton of packages waiting for me when I get back, because it's weird. I've got the only thing I haven't ordered, the only thing I don't have is the laminate yet. Although I just got delivery confirmation that the 13 samples of laminate that I ordered for black have been delivered. So, but yeah, I'm hoping to hammer this one out almost as quick as my Gap Plus. Get it done in a month or less. So
Yeah, that's cool.
we'll
Sounds
see.
good.
Yeah, rebuild both of those Sanyos, but I enjoy doing that. Those are fun to rebuild.
Oh yeah.
Mostly.
Mostly, well, I mean, you pull the whole monitor. That's a piece of
Once
cake.
you just get it, apart. Yeah, it's not like pulling apart like a
Yeah,
K7,
I mean,
where it's like, you just 2 screws and a couple.
Here comes the whole chassis.
You just pull the chassis out. And you're like, eh.
Same with the Geo7. Yeah. It's,
but if you got the monitors out already, you may as well.
Yeah, I would much rather do a Sanyo than a fucking 46.
I've actually never done a 46. I've done a bunch of 49s. I've done a bunch of Sanyos.
Like a desoldering the terminals on a width coil. Like, how stupid of a design is that? You have to desolder the wires. It's like, and
that's dumb.
Clip shit. Yeah. If it's never been capped, that's even worse.
Don't dissuade Buffett from taking on my 4600 project.
Oh, Buffett loves 46s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure I do.
He lives with them.
Yeah, you heard that earlier when I was like,
breakfast.
I'm feeling lazy. I think I'm just going to send this to Buffett.
I do have to say, I haven't seen many 4600 videos.
There's a reason why.
Because it doesn't look fantastic.
Carrie, this could be the 3-minute Buffett video, because he never peaks past like a minute and 40 seconds. This could be like, not to wait a minute.
Yeah, this sucked.
instead of hi, it would be like, hey.
Yeah.
Up, y'all.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not doing any more monitors for Carrie Z. Yeah.
This was a bitch of repair.
Waiting for that one. Yeah.
That'd be great. This sucked.
Hey, you never know. But no, 4600s, they're just terrible. They look good when they work, but they're a pain in the ass to work on. They just suck. They really do.
I remember when I did the one for my eyes cabinet, and I took so many pictures because I was like, I have to clip this wire. Oh wait, I have to clip this. Am I doing something wrong here? or all these wires just soldered on, and you can't just easily and no, it did, and the width coil looked like something from outer space because it sits so weird and off to the side, and it's kind of like you pray to God that it's going to fire up. But you're right. It looks great when it's dialed in.
That's probably why that monitor, I figured that's why that tube is relatively burn free, because when it died, the person was like, fuck it. I'm not working on this thing.
Yeah. Well, if you notice, like Clav or anywhere, like people, when anything that comes up with 46, like 9 times out of 10, the wanted to buys are, I'm looking for a width coil because they don't repro though. I still, unless I'm mistaken, I still don't think anyone has come up with a repro. You either have to pull one off of a chassis, or if you can rebuild it, otherwise you're kind of fucked, aren't you?
There is no on the market repo that I'm aware of.
Okay. Yeah. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
You're going to have to wind your own. Just like that.
just
coil.
just like that coil. Can I say that I have had the most outstanding service from, remember I talked about there was the one coil for my turf club that the person was in. Okay, what are you giggling about?
Sorry. You don't have IRC open, so you're missing all the funniness.
Okay.
Is it Necros and
I
Gabby?
wasn't listening to what you guys were saying, but I was,
Is it Necros and Gabby?
No, it's me and Andrew.
I know, and I can't even go back and see all that stuff because when you log in,
you're gonna miss it.
Oh, I gotta plug my computer. I gotta plug my laptop in. It's giving me the sad battery sign.
I told Andrew that everyone it's time to get the number 2 guard on the hair clippers and have Wendy give him a haircut. And he said he's growing it out like his pubes.
COVID.
Nice.
I just want to go big. Yeah.
I said everybody has COVID
70s
haircuts.
bush on top of my head.
Join us.
You're gonna be the first person to start parting.
You're starting to look like the guy from The Cure.
That's a Robert Smith joke I was making in IRC.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is, and I'm sorry, we're just totally distracting from thing, but so this weekend after 2 or 3 days of camping, because I went out earlier, my brother showed up, to camp with us. And,
Oh, cool.
I hadn't had a shower in a couple of days, and I was like, fucking, there's my hair. I don't care. And it's like, he's like, we're playing bocce ball. And he's like, dude, you're like Robert Smith.
Yeah, that's so funny. Same sense of humor. Yeah.
Yep.
All you gotta do is put some dark eyeliner on and be all depressed.
I know, seriously. Like, I need to get some charcoal briquettes.
I used to get in
And I'll do
arguments
my
with my
makeup real
ex-wife
quick.
about that. About
some red lipstick.
they would call it bocce ball. And I'm like, it's
And
bocce ball.
I'll put it on. I'll put it on with my fucking foot, like Robert Smith does, because his lipstick is always fucked up.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
He still puts it on too.
I know.
It's just like forever look. Even Morrissey has like changed looks every once in a while. But I guess
Steve Art says I'm wearing a merkin on the wrong head. Do you really want your pubes to look like this?
like a 70s pubes,
right? So Jim and I have been watching more Westworld, and we both commented like so many merkins, because there's lots of like extras who are standing there completely naked.
The naked robot.
Naked girls.
Yeah, exactly. It's naked, as
And
they would
dudes,
say, robo cowboys. Yeah, it's a ton. Like, it's somebody like the whole merkin industry.
There's a lot of nakedness on that show.
There is.
Like all the
Not
behind the
necessarily
scenes stuff
good
basically
nakedness.
is all nakedness.
Yeah, naked robots. In the earlier seasons, they would always strip the robots naked and have them on the gurney or whatever. And then as the later episodes, more and more they have clothes on. I was like, someone renegotiated their contract.
Oh, totally.
By the way, Westworld season 3, 2 thumbs down.
Yeah,
Oh.
super
Like
disappointing.
balls.
That's where I'm at, actually, season 3.
It'd be interesting to hear.
I'm
Are
almost
you
at the
actually,
end of it.
right? Are you actually watching it, or are you?
No, I jumped ship because I was like getting bored with it, and now I just knocked out Umbrella Academy. Season 1. I'm on season 2 right now.
Gino was saying that.
Gino said it sucks.
I just started it. I love it.
I love it too. I love it because without spoiling anything, it's a superhero. It's a superhero thing. But what I like is that they're not like perfect characters as far as like they're flawed, which I like that because it makes it interesting. They're not perfect.
They're a dysfunctional family.
They're a dysfunctional family. Their dad is a fucking asshole. I love the meanness of the dad because there's a lot of flashbacks when they're kids being trained to be a superhero.
Right.
And it's a really fun show. Did you get to season 2 yet, Gino?
No, I've only saw the first 2 episodes. I'm hooked.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
Just watch the first episode and see if it hooks you because it hooked me right away.
That's what I told Jim and Carrie. That's what I told Jim and Carrie. Watch the first episode. I guarantee you'll be hooked in like 5 minutes.
And I told Gino to go fuck himself and laugh. So just kidding.
Well, Jim doesn't like to be told to watch a show, so Jim, don't watch it. Whatever you do,
I'll stick with my
don't
little pony.
watch it.
Stick with your Westworld season 3.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Or
So
the worst.
Umbrella Academy is I give it. I'm on season 2. I'm almost done with it. I have maybe 3 episodes to go, and
oh wow.
I love there's a little bit of everything in it. There's
right in time for the boys season 2.
Oh yeah, that's coming up soon too. So the cinematography in Umbrella Academy is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they get incredible cinematographer in there. That feels like you're watching a really high quality movie. The way the lighting is set up in every shot and the way the camera moves and this clever use of, it's like the kind of thing in Matrix where you travel through like the glass of a door and it goes right outside, but it's that kind of shit. It's just
I was
thank you very
noticing
much. I've been working on that for a long time now.
What's that?
I was noticing that. No, there was a scene where one of the guys was looking at a picture or something, and it had like a mask on it, and the mask was right over his eyes when he was looking in the picture, and they just really thought it out well. I mean, they just
everything, and there's
everything.
a lot of Easter eggs all over the place too. So
for like DC or like other comics, or
it's a Dark Horse comic. No, it's
Umbrella.
Which is
Is that
DC, it's DC, but yeah.
But Umbrella
it's owned by
is
Warner
its own
Brothers.
series. Is the series based off its own comic or something?
Yes, it's its own thing. And it
Just like the
jumps.
Boys.
It's they were heroes when they were young, and now that they're old, they're adults trying to live in the adult world. and then they got to come back together, and that's kind of the story.
They
But
all have
it's
beer guts and dad bods and
no, that's not that bad. I like their powers though. Some of the powers are pretty original.
Super
I don't want to
cool.
spoil it till you see
Yeah,
it, but
yeah.
it's really cool. I love the junkie character on the show.
He's one of my favorite. Number
He
5
is
is my
so
favorite.
good. Oh my
Yeah.
god, there's a guy who's a total junkie on the show, and he's so funny. The writing in it is excellent. Oh, he's totally funny. His lines, and I don't know, Andrew,
Yeah.
go see the first episode. It's definitely up your alley. Just watch one episode and
Sorry, which one?
Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy. Yeah, it's on my list.
Yeah, just watch the first episode, see if you like it. It's your thing, but it's got everything.
Check out more of Mock's reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, .com. Ellen Page is in the show. Yeah, she's good. Everybody's good on the show. The acting's excellent. Yeah, go check that out.
Sounds like it's terrible.
2 thumbs up from Mock.
Yeah.
Hang with it. The first episode should hook you. If it doesn't, then just go back to Westworld.
Then you suck. Yeah. Then don't talk to me.
I thought it was going to be a lot like
unfollow me and don't talk to me anymore.
I thought the concept was going to be a lot like The Boys, but it's completely different.
No, it's not like The Boys at all. Yeah,
it's not.
Yeah,
Like the girls.
Yeah, I don't want to say what it is like because I don't want to ruin anything. So just watch it.
Just watch.
I appreciate that.
Finish your Westworld first.
Too late.
Or don't. Or
it's
don't.
Yeah.
See, I'm like 2 episodes away from the end of season 3, and it sure jumps around in time a lot. Holy crud!
After you finish
hop
it,
around. I'm like,
just
I'm
wait.
struggling. Because you're going in the minds of the robots
it for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason.
Yeah,
it's like taking Pulp Fiction and editing it even further to jump around in time a lot. Already you're jumping time a lot, but let's just jump around time even more.
It feels like that whole season it was a different writing team because like it doesn't like
kinda.
Yeah, I was joking that the intern did that. They gave it over to the interns. They started the series and they're like, okay, the interns can finish this. We're out.
Finish this up, will ya?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm so sick of Dolores.
And I loved the first season so much. It just pains me.
Yeah.
And this was my pick too. I was
the problem is that it's like they're making shit as they go because they've already gone through what the original Westworld story is, sort of, as far as like, robots. It's a park, crazy, and then they kill people. They've already kind of done that. So now what do you do? Now you just come up with shit.
But there's so much more that they could do, and there's so many other worlds. Like they could do something. But yeah, they turned it into like a bad long Black Mirror episode. That meanders. So, but anyway,
I don't want
to spoil anything for the last 2
I'm still in the first season of.
You're still in the blissful part. Yeah, it's
all right.
good.
So basically, like, when should I stop?
Yeah.
Now.
Second at the end of
get off the ride.
Yeah, right.
Get off the ride.
When should I get off the ride? When should I leave the park?
And the second season, and we'll let you know after the 4th if it's
get off. It's back. A small roll and go on to another ride like Space Mountain.
Finish season 2. You're saying, and then just be like, all right, done.
Yeah, because you have a. I mean, it's it kind of arcs. I mean, it definitely has like there needs to be more, but at least it kind of.
That's just it. I remember season 1 and 2 really had a story arc to it, and it sounds like what you're describing for season 3 became more of a soap opera. They're just kind of filling time.
They took it in a very
disjointed.
They took it in a very different direction, and it's just unfortunate.
And is that compared to like the original series, the old HBO one from the 70s? Yeah.
Well, it was the old movie, which I loved. Like that was a blast.
Right.
And so that's where I was so super excited about hearing about this concept and all that. And I loved, like I said, I loved the first season and really enjoyed the second season.
And Anthony Hopkins is so good.
Yeah, I like Yeah, so far, I'm in love with him.
Yeah.
He's cool.
He's great.
Overboss kind of thing.
Yeah, but in season 3, they just go in such a different direction, and it's just it's unfortunate. I mean, kind of the review that Jim was reading today was like, that Robo Cowboy series. It doesn't have Robo Cowboys. Like wah, that's what you sign up for. It's like,
You tell me when it goes to Japan and all that or whatever.
Season 3 though, it's like I could. So at the end of season 2, that the finale, gets you ready for season 3. So you're like, oh, this will be interesting. And then it's like the first episode, oh, this could be really interesting. And then you watch like episode 2 and 3, and you're like, oh, that's where this is going. And then like episode 5, it's like, oh, that was interesting. This is good. And then it's like, oh.
No, they should have really kept with the original theme, the original Michael Crichton theme, which is it's an adult theme park. Things going to go wrong. Doesn't matter. It could be robots. It could be dinosaurs. One of the parks can be bad.
Right.
And just open up to more parks and not just Westworld, because what happened to medieval world, whatever happened to Roman world, they don't show any of that shit.
Yeah, you get little glimpses of it, but there's so much more that
way later though
by staying in the park. And what they decided to do was it was unfortunate.
And unfortunately, the one character that they revolve everything, especially with season 3 around, is the character that's least interesting.
The black guy?
No.
Oh. I like Bernard.
Well, Bernard, that's his name.
Yeah.
Oh, Rupert.
And there's some holes. But anyway, we shouldn't hash this to death on the show, because probably we're like 10% people
go watch Umbrella Academy.
And I don't want to I don't want to ruin anything for Andrew. I don't want to ruin anything for you. Y'all can have
and
it
the boys
on your own by actually watching
it. The boys is coming like in a month or less than a month.
That'll be awesome.
3 weeks.
Yeah, first 3 episodes.
Andrew's
I think
finished
September
with
4th.
it, so he's starting. You'll have it fresh.
Then it'll be an episode a week for the last.
Yeah.
Is it 8 episodes?
Something like that. Yeah.
I know they got a bigger budget, so.
Well, they already signed out for season 3.
Yeah, that's what Gabby just said in the chat. That I know that when season 2, when they signed on, I heard they got more money because it was it's their biggest hit show. So they're like, oh, put some more money into it, which is good because it kind of needed it. Because near the end of the season, like watching that Starfire chick, her powers suck. They need to do something with that.
She's the Jubilee of.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, she's the Jubilee. Exactly. Look at my sparkles. Her powers suck. I want to see her do something.
Am I nerdy or what?
I'm even nerdy because I know what you're talking about.
Just trying
She's
to
totally
fit in.
Jubilee.
Leave me
though.
alone. Yeah.
So, but
do you remember Mock? Oh man, what was this? Was this the 90s when they did the pilot for a series they were going to do called Generation X? Do you guys?
I didn't watch it, but yeah, I do remember it. But I didn't watch it.
And they had a Jubilee character in there.
Did they?
Yeah. It was like the X-Men, but I think that was a comic or something. But
she would suck as a girlfriend. She'd fry all your electronics all the time.
They had a big arcade scene. Now that I think about it, and
she shuts them down.
She ended up like destroying a Tekken cabinet or whatever because Sparks. That was when she got her powers. Yeah.
Yeah. Forget that.
But they didn't get picked up though. Yeah. It was.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I do remember it. Yeah.
How's the IRC?
Pretty done. Yeah.
Yeah. I know there's actually been a lot of pauses since I've joined. I feel like when like the
the teacher's in the room.
Yeah, totally.
Wow. Well, so I know this is going to shut down the conversation between most everyone except for Mock and I. But have you watched the new Transformers on Netflix?
No. What Transformers?
The Transformers we were talking about like months ago.
Robots in disguise.
War for Cybertron, the new one that they're doing on Netflix only.
I didn't watch it. Did it come out?
It's out. Made.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even know. Okay,
there you go. So the full series is available. So
on
if
Netflix,
you like Transformers, it's on Netflix. War for Cybertron, Siege, the first of a trilogy.
Ding.
And I have no one to talk to about this. But
how was it?
I've seen the whole thing. I have my opinions, but
can they ask you this?
It's going to be on your YouTube channel.
Is it worth me watching it?
You should watch it. Yeah.
Okay, then we'll talk. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How's the animation on the new one versus like?
The animation for it is actually really interesting. It's one of the things I'd like to talk about.
Sort of like isn't it like 3D-ish?
Well, it's 100% 3D. They went for kind of a cell shaded kind of style, sort of a Borderlands style for it. But it's good. It's all 3D. It's well done.
Are there human actors in it, or are there humans in it? Or you don't want to say?
Nope.
Okay. Is it
it's
all on
all
Cybertron?
Well, the first chapter, so it's a trilogy. So the first chapter is all on Cybertron.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
is it a prequel?
do you want me to lay out a little bit of stuff for it?
No, it's okay. 'Cause I'm gonna watch it.
Right.
Yeah. We'll talk more after. We drew Jim and Carrie out of the room.
I know, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
I did say that, like, me even bringing it up was gonna drive at least 2/6 of this group away.
Buffett, are you still here? Hey, Buffett, did you get my email about the letters?
I sent you back. I'd rather just mail them to you, dude. I don't understand what you're trying to ask me.
Okay, no, it's really super simple. Okay, you went way overboard on measuring. All I mean is, like, I just want the total width and total height of the red letter.
Yeah, I get that, but they're italics. I don't know how to do that.
Because they're slightly angled.
I don't know how to measure that without sending them to you. I have
just take good pictures.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Buffett. I can handle it.
I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to be difficult.
I know. I'll just use one as a guide and do them all the same.
So let me suggest something for you too, because, like, I saw, like, what you guys are talking about. Like so Buffett, like, Mock could, like, easily mock something up in, sorry for the pun, in Illustrator, and then send it to you, and then you could print it out on just a plain old fucking who gives a shit printer, and then you cut it out and make sure it looks good on the drop targets.
That's gonna fit right.
And then
I don't care if they square. It don't matter. Make a hill of beans.
I know that's what I'm saying though. But, like, you can just send those out to him. You print them out yourself at Kinko's or your home printer or whatever. And if they look good, then he could print them out on actual decals that are stickers that then you can use. So he should send you a proof just to cut out.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not looking for high quality here. I'm just looking for an X, Y, and Z that look.
Yeah. Well, what I saw from those pictures, you're talking about really simple stuff.
Yeah, I can do it in Illustrator probably in an hour or two.
Yeah, be an hour, or two, yeah, the most. So, but he should, before he sends you out stickers that you have to cut out, he could send you out a file that you can print out at anywhere.
Okay, better yet, this is a better question that you could answer, Buffett. Okay. Send me the width of the plastic. That way I know not to exceed that.
That's fine.
Then I could keep all the letters under 2 millimeters on each side. That way it'll fit. So give me the total width of the plastic. That way I'll know my border to be under. I'll just make it slightly under by 2 millimeters on each side. So
okay,
throw it in chat or whatever if you want on the in our chat, the Zoom chat. I'll write it down on my little notes here. Doody. Anyway, for people in IRC that are wondering what we're talking about, Buffett has a pinball machine that requires some new decals on a replacement part that he got. It's funny, he got the replacement part, but they didn't give him the sticker for the target. It was just plain. Yeah, just plain white target plastics. So they're special letters for what pinball is it again?
It's Vector.
Vector. It's an older pin, but there's special letters XYZ that are drawn in real futuristic kind of stylized way. So I'm gonna redraw them in Illustrator for him, and then I'll print them up as stickers and fire them off to Buffett. And then when I have a monitor issue, I can get a free advice from Buffett.
That'll work.
I can send him my Robotron. He can fix the fucking thing. I'm still having problems with that monitor. I mean, no, it's still the same, but it's
Andrew, if you part your hair right down the center there, listen.
No, I'm trying to block the parts that we can't show on YouTube.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you part,
but I'm showing the back end of what Buffett is showing here.
If you just move down like about a foot or two, you could be your own Merkin.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Don't show that.
I meant down, not until the left or right.
Oh,
your hair could be the Merkin. There you go. Merkin head.
I feel like we're showing too much for YouTube.
Yeah, we probably are.
But I'm trying to keep it, civilized. But Buffett's showing the the front end. I thought I'd show the back end.
That's not made by the same person, is it?
Probably is. Someone obsessed with Prince Peach. Princess Peach. All right. I'll go back to Gleek's basement or something.
She isn't in her castle either, like she said.
Nope. So
never in that damn castle.
So Gino, what have you been up to?
Just been busy with work. I haven't had a lot of free time doing stuff around the house. And yeah, I thought during COVID, I was just telling Jim and Carrie that I thought I'd get to work on some of my games and haven't had a chance. But
so like nothing.
Wow. It's been all house stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Fun.
Well, but it's the shit you gotta get around to, right? Is it like house stuff like
replace the faucets, pour sidewalk in the house, landscaping.
Yep. So that's good stuff, though.
Look at Jim's being replaced.
Yep. All right. Woof.
Woof. Woof. Woof. Woof. Woof.
How about you, Mark? Like, what have you been working on?
Real quick, Mark, for you.
Oh, okay. I cleaned up my barcade. It's been way overdue to like clean out old bottles and stuff underneath there because I had a whole bunch of bottles on top of the bar, which is like taking up all the space to sit there. Because inside the bar underneath is just filled with crud. So I just cleaned out old shit and all that kind of stuff. And I put up some of my custom art that I had done. Remember when I posted about the Dig Dug paintings that I had custom made? Yeah, I finally hung those. Let me see if I can.
Where are those hung now?
Those I replaced them. I used to have an Atari Centipede and Asteroids. Those metal things. Yeah, that you get
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby. Yeah, I put those on another wall, and now I have a nice strip there that I can put the three. I'll show a little picture here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that on this weekend too. Just cleaning up stuff because it's just it's overdue time to do it. Let's see here. I got a good picture right here. We go. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, wait. Okay, here we go. We'll stop. No, we don't want that.
Now you're moving over there.
No. Okay.
You just swap spaces.
Hold on. Come on. Wake up. Anytime I gotta like switch virtual background, it like when I first open up the window, it takes a long time. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here we go. See if you guys can see that. It's not really focusing very good. Anyway, that's my Tron disc there.
That's the Frisbee. Yeah, the same.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's see. There we go. So you can get an idea where they are on the wall there. And there's another one. Oh, see there's the bar. See, I cleaned off the bar, so there's nothing there anymore on the actual bar. And that's my Big Trouble in Little China poster there.
Mm-hmm.
And see, you can see the metal signs now are over my heavy metal cell.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah, just kind of moving stuff around, and I don't know. Oh, I also added. I got some blacklight LED for my cabinet, so I could light up my little Tron dude.
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, so
Sark's lit up,
dude. And so the whole thing is sort of like lit up now with the black light. Looks better in person, of course, and on camera, but like anything that's like orange, painted orange, is like bang, lights up like fluorescent.
Just pops, huh?
Carrie's sleeping.
She was checking on her monitors to figure out, double check on the one that she wanted Buffett to fix, and it was definitely 4600. She's got like 4 monitors under her pins that she stores, and the one that she was thinking of was a 46, and it doesn't have hardly any burn. It looks great, but there's a deep scratch on one side, and so she's like, I don't know. Oh my God. I thought I had OCD, but like I have OCD when it comes to like the actual picture. She has OCD when it comes to like the tube, like the physical tube. Like it's just baffling. Like she still gets bothered with her reactor because it's got reactor burn. I'm like, you never see this when a game's on.
Yeah,
not at
not
all.
when you're playing it.
It's like
I
Miss
hate-
Pac-Man with Miss Pac-Man burn. You don't see the shit at all.
Not when you're playing it, yeah.
No.
Not so much. I just hate stuff like where like stuff goes off screen, like your score or something goes off, or it's
Yeah, the picture. Yeah,
the picture. Yeah, where you
Yeah.
can't see your score or something
and that
like
makes
that.
sense because that's what you're seeing. That's actually
Yeah.
while you're playing the game.
Yeah, you
So.
need to be able to see that. So,
Yeah.
but little tiny bit of burn doesn't bother me too bad because I remember seeing burn all the time in arcades. I was just glad to be able to play the game, you know,
As
and
long
that
as
it
I
worked
don't notice
okay.
it if I don't notice it when I'm playing the game, it's
Yeah.
a non-issue.
Yeah,
So
true. You mostly notice it when it's on a black screen, kind of, or a white screen, I guess, right?
a solid color, yeah.
Solid color, yeah, I guess.
Especially with a light background, like
Frogger,
the
anything
burn
with blue.
the
Yeah.
burn on like a Nintendo monitors, then you play Super Mario Brothers.
Red tents are and the
red
thing like
tents are
yep.
brutal.
Yeah, I'm so lucky, and I'm sure you feel the same with
Yep.
having tubes that don't have hardly any burn.
Yep.
Like baseball or something like that. That
You
so
can
it
see.
seems to be so
Oh,
common.
look, it's RBI baseball. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
I had a monitor from.
Oh, it's another episode of Lewis Goes for a Walk.
Hey guys,
What's up, Lewis?
oh, well, you got a blue mask on tonight.
blue mask tonight. Yeah.
Hey, Lewis, are you? Go ahead. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say. I was gonna ask you something.
You know, I had a monitor. That, I think it had the game Blood Brothers or something like that. I don't remember. That big ass like game over burned into the middle of it, and it turned out that was the one monitor that got necked. So good riddance. But I kept on holding on to it even though it was annoying to play with it, and it constantly reminded me of the game over.
My Super Hang-On had bad burn, but luckily those came stock with a K7000. So you're looking for a tube. Oh yeah. And then I got ultra lucky. My Cheyenne had some terrible burn, and that's a 4900. It just so happened that one tube that was sitting on or TV that was sitting on my balcony. You know, I have a bunch in storage, but I cracked that open, had the wood grain sides.
Yeah, 10 pin.
Spot on match, yoke reading, everything. I didn't have to transfer a fucking yoke, and it was Yeah, I got so lucky. I used to always think because I'd measured it previously, and I thought it was a Geo7 match, and it's close, but not quite. The 4900 was like, I can't remember what the impedance was. It was like 40 something on the vertical and like 2.5 or whatever horizontal, and like the Geo7's like 50 something. I want to say.
There was enough of a difference.
Yeah, and like Chris, I know has done a tube swap on a Geo7 a couple, and with but almost always as a yoke swap. Almost always, and that I'm always reluctant on because
it's a lot of work to get it to converge again, right?
With a yoke, it's a lot of fucking like you can if you're using the original yoke, okay, you're talking about tweaking the yoke a little bit, and maybe, and then for the dynamic convergence, and then the rings for the static. Honestly, it's a lot of work. You block out a couple hours or whatever, but not a ton of work. Swapping the yoke is another can of worms because it's no longer just a little bit of tilting of the yoke. You have to actually work with the distance between that and the neck of the tube.
Yep.
And it's not just the convergence, but then balancing that between that and the purity. Because if you pull the yoke out and you're like, wow, everything lines up on my grid pattern, then you start looking at a solid red or solid green, and you see a blotch here or a blotch there, and it's a fucking pain. Like that can drive you nuts. And I've fucked with that before, and that's like I've spent like 5 or 6 hours and been like, okay,
bullshit.
it looks 75-80% decent, but you know me, I'm never gonna be like, it's a pain in the ass to get the purity right and then also get the convergence. I would guess, and Buffett might be able to chime in on this, but I would guess the proper method of doing it would be to get the purity right first and then work on the convergence. But still, it's a balancing act. It's such a fucking pain in the ass with that yolk.
Yeah,
It's
purity is
amazing.
the best thing you
Like
do.
out of the factory, all these things came out so well, right?
Well, but they were working with really very known variables. They had consistent tubes. They had consistent yolks. They had consistent.
And after
things.
you do it a couple hundred times, you know,
Right.
you get pretty good at knowing what you're looking at.
Right. So Buffett,
Yeah.
like, can you help out like with the
Well,
part of that?
you set your purity first. If you don't set your purity, then you don't know what your colors are going to be, but also that also affects your focus and stuff too. So that doesn't help if you don't have that. So set your purity first, because that also tells you how close the rings go to the tube. Well, they're supposed to, I forget exactly where they're supposed to hang over. In the gun assembly, you've got several places in the gun assembly. They set just before or just after one of the parts in the gun assembly. I can't remember what it is at the moment. But it also affects where they sit on the gun. If they can't set where they need to be on the gun assembly, well, they're not going to move the beams around. You're not going to be able to adjust your convergence.
Right.
The other thing too.
Buffett, I'm sorry. Like for the non-monitor people here, purity means what?
That means a solid color, like how, like
it doesn't
so
matter.
RGB.
Well, it doesn't matter which color you use. Typically use red. That is the best one to use, because if you have it a little bit pink or you have it a little bit dark, it'll start changing to another color a lot faster and you'll see it. So you typically use red to set your purity. But once you get that, then that will determine where your rings will set. And if that's the other thing too, is the rings kind of have to match what the guns are, because if the guns are really spaced out and wide, well, you need a set of rings that accommodate that are designed to work with that gun inside. So skinny rings are not always the best, and really wide rings are not always the best, because they won't sit where they have to properly. And then on top of that, when you set the purity, this is also where your purity comes into play, is when you put the yoke on, now you have to properly position the yoke up, down, left, right, sideways, catty cornered, what it moves in
tilted.
Exactly. So that's where the rubber wedges come into place. And you'll notice as you move it around, your purity will change, but also so will the position of your convergence.
Yeah. It's a fucking balancing act. Yeah.
It is very much, because your rings essentially are only designed to move the colors around. Your yoke is what positions the where the beams go.
Right.
That's how it works. So yeah, it can be a real pain.
Yeah, that's why I anytime that someone's like, "Oh, it's an easy tube swap, just swap the yoke," I'm like, "You enjoy that. If you don't care about the colors being perfect."
Yeah, and to get some of the colors or some of the convergence to line up, now you also, because if the yoke is not exactly designed for that tube that you're using it on, well, now you got to have, even if it is designed, you still have to have convergence strips and little circle magnets and little arrows, and
a lot of times you have to use the original rings too. Yeah, it's like it's a transplant from hell.
Yeah, well,
I was always under the assumption.
You use the original rings from the tube that you're using, not the one
one
where the yoke came off of.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you measure them exactly where they were and you put them back exactly how they were in orientation and distance, you will have a lot easier time if you have to adjust anything at all. But it's very hard to keep them that way, because if you glue them down, then you can't move them. But if they're coming apart and you glue them down, well, then you're gluing them down so they're close enough, if they work when you get the new yoke on. So yes, it's a very big balancing act.
You guys have just discouraged me from ever trying a yoke swap, just for the record. I'm not going there.
If if you don't want to potentially put anywhere between 1 and 100 hours in it, don't do it. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
Leave it to the experts.
You will fudge with it and be like, "Oh man, this looks good." But
You're better off putting that time into finding a potential donor that has
close enough impedance.
Yoke.
Yeah, close enough on the resistance on the tube, right?
And they're out there.
People are going to.
I've done one tube swap.
Oh yeah,
where
there are
it was
definitely
close enough.
some claw folks that would disagree about the yoke thing. That you're shortening the life if you do it that way. But you know what?
And the scary part about it being like X-rays.
Right. Well, and here's the thing. In doing this,
Yeah.
okay, people can disagree with me.
That's a
but
real
I'm
thing.
going to tell you what the fact is. 90% is perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's that simple. You
But
do
Jim
not look
won't
at the
accept
corners.
90%.
You do not look at the corners.
105 for Jim.
Yeah, you don't look at the corners of your game. Okay, you look in the center, and about, depending on the size monitor, anywhere between 2 and 6 inches from the center of the monitor. That's typically where the action is happening most of the time in most games. Now,
except for Robotron, and you're being chased by little nitnoids on the corners.
But here's the thing. I'm happy with making my own convergence strips and using some of my tubes that I've done. Well, actually, my eyes cabinet that was not a donor. That was just the 46. I will get the convergence to where I think it's the maximum that it can be, and I'm happy to use anywhere between 8 to 20 convergent strips to fix the corners and the edges. Like this, looks like a spider. It looks like a spider on the back, but you know what? Everything is lined up to a crisp.
Yeah, and with the exception of games like Robotron and potentially Pac-Man and other maze games that, yes, you go up there, the other 70% of them, you're not looking, especially Double Dragon and other games that have stuff.
Unless they have text in the corners, you don't have, exactly. Unless they have fine detail in the corners.
Yeah. You don't see that. So
just crank down the horizontal width, man.
Yeah,
Well, yes and no.
But but Jim, Jesus Christ, 20 fucking strips.
Yeah, I'll fix. I'll get the yoke. It depends. It depends on the game. But if I can I'm making my own for like a few cents a piece. So,
right, they're cheap. I get it. But I just picked this monitor that looks like a goddamn a sunflower.
Yeah.
It's not the cost of the materials. It's knowing where to put them.
Well, no, I get it. It's just a little bit. They're cheap.
Yeah, because on a good day, you won't.
I'd love to see some pictures of the backsides of your monitors.
I'm trying to think the one that I used the most on. I don't think it was Cheyenne. It's always on a tube swap.
Yeah.
But it again, like Buffett was saying, depends on where the detail is on the picture. Right. But you always correct the corners, and it's for me. I'd rather get one spot. So like if you have a corner that's like the green or
if
whatever,
it's really bad, yeah.
I'll use like 3 or 4 because if you can get it close with one, but if you really need it spot on, it's a lot easier to just get one nice and then do 2 to assist it. And say if the whole entire a whole entire side, like you're talking about a maze game, and you got or Robotron, you see the whole border, and the whole side's off. That's a yoke issue. But if you can get it close. But then I'll get as good as I can, and maybe one side's a little bit off. Then I'll use like maybe 3 strips, and I'll do one top, one side, one, and that'll correct it. But I'm not afraid to use a bunch and then just glue those strips down. Yeah, it looks ugly on the back, but no one's gonna.
Who cares? The front side, the front side.
No, cares.
So I'm happy with you. Yeah,
but I would like to spend some time with you, like when you were like dialing in one of those monitors, going that crazy on it. I think because I've never gone that far. So I've never done a tube swap. So yeah.
Well, maybe I have. Yeah, doing fucking with that stuff is why I've gotten zapped as many times as I have.
Oh, you've actually been zapped.
Oh, yeah, and I'll tell you right now, and me and Buffett have stories we always swap, but nothing hurts for me. I have never been hit by the anode, but I've been hit by plenty of other things, caps, other parts on the chassis, but nothing hurts more for me. I've been hit with AC plenty of times. But the worst for me is getting hit by one of the terminals on the yoke. That's like, I don't know how to even describe it. It's like getting slapped in the face really hard.
It hurts.
Showing your ass. Yeah.
It hurts. I've never done that.
Yeah, it's so hot. And I did it. I think with Cheyenne, I got hit twice. Because I would have the tube on like a chair, and so that I could reach behind it and look at the picture.
The old reach around.
Yep.
And if you notice on a lot of tubes, if you look at those yoke terminals, a lot of them there's heat shrink or there's some sort of protection around them. But on some of them, they're just bare. And I'm grabbing the rings, or I'm twisting the yoke, and all of a sudden my wrist, because I'm grabbing it like this.
You're hovering above.
Grazes it, and pow! It's like, God damn! It's so hard.
If you want one that'll do that and worse,
I don't.
Ground the back of your knuckle. Ground the back of your knuckle on a Go7 or a Sanyo.
On the filter cap.
On a horizontal output transistor.
Oh.
If you want cooked skin,
on a coil, yeah, that's fair.
Hot is hot.
On the case of it.
So
random question. Transistor.
Not a good hot.
No.
Bad
Yeah.
It
Not good hot.
It instantly.
Some like it hot.
But some sweat when the heat is on.
It actually cuts your skin where you touch it.
So how many of us have been electrocuted in the procession of our hobby?
And then
I've never been hit by an arcade game, but I've been hit by cars.
Oh.
And I'll tell you what.
Cars count.
I'll tell you what. I've taken a proper hit from a car, from a proper high voltage, from that, and put me on my ass.
Wow.
Literally on my ass.
Wow.
Like reaching back in, going like, what's that flashing on the side of the engine of a Porsche, and reaching in and getting pow.
Oh,
literally set me two steps back and on my ass. It was like,
it sounds like a bad country line dance.
No, that's a Fallout duel song.
Yeah, two steps back,
two steps
on my
back.
ass.
We come together like opposites attract.
Literally, like walked up, shut the fucking hood, turned the car off, went inside, and laid down.
Oh.
What was it you touched?
It was the arc. It was the one of the plug wires was sparking.
Oh.
And I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I figured like I readjust it. Yeah, that's a proper
that's
voltage.
Gonna hurt.
That set me
You
two
can take a
steps
wire.
back on my ass. That sucked. Yeah. So, but I've never been hit by an arcade monitor yet.
That's like a huge voltage, isn't it?
Yes.
120. Yeah, I don't know. 12 volts. But
That's a coil, so it's ramped up.
A lot of amperage.
it's a lot of amps. Yeah.
That's what counts. Yeah.
I don't know what the amps are coming off that thing. It's 12 volts, but yeah.
Well, 12
no
volts
idea.
and 100 amps is still 12 volts and 100 amps.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, I've been hit by the 120 AC a couple of times,
Now, that
and
ain't
people argue.
I felt that, but yeah.
tingle.
People argue this with me all the time. Like getting hit with the wall socket, or in the case of my turtles, when I was wiring up a power switch, I forgot that the game was still plugged in, and I got nailed on the 120. And people argue this with me, and I just don't understand it, because getting hit with a shit ton of DC voltage all at once, to me, is way more painful than getting hit with alternating current with an AC.
Yeah, it is. It legit is.
Because the only way I can describe it is like when I've been hit with the AC, with the 120 volt, the AC, your whatever, your standard. It's like someone grabbed my wrist and they went like really hard.
Yeah, the shaky thing. You got it.
Now I get hit with when I got hit with like that yoke terminal, it's like someone went and just like clocked me. It hurts. It's all at once and it's painful. It stings. But
I wouldn't recommend doing this too much, but get you 6, 8, 10 people in the line and get you a lawnmower. Take the spark plug out.
All right. So above it.
That's okay.
You guys have
right.
crazy parties in Virginia.
Let's break down.
Games. You have twisted games.
Yeah. So let's break down how do we actually feel voltage? Like, what would be the most safest, but most fucked up way to hear like and feel some voltage?
Okay, that's what I'm getting at. Okay.
Yeah, I know you were going there.
Here's what it is. All you got to do is get a lawnmower. It doesn't.
Get a lawnmower.
Not going to be running. It's not going to be running. But take the spark plug out and grab that and just slowly turn the blade with your hand. And when it hits the coil, you'll feel it.
It hurts. I've done it.
So if you get what's fun is you get 8, 10, 15 people in line and you're the first one to hold the coil and you pull the string, everybody that's on the end, as soon as they let go, it's going to hit the next one in line.
It's like a Saw movie.
Oh my God!
My shop teacher did that to us. He said, "Everybody grab hands," and he grabbed that thing and pulled on that. It pulled on that lawnmower.
Juice, the electricity.
So Jimbo, I don't know if you know this.
That's like funny.
So the movie theater I used to work at, the butter machine was not grounded.
Oh shit!
But the popcorn machine was. And so if you touched the butter machine, which is just melting like just pure butter, like first squirting, right? And you touch that and the popcorn machine, you would finish the ground, and it would be like I can't let go, fuck, kind of like shot.
Jeez.
Did you ever play tricks on each other? Or like...
Every single time I hired a new person, we played that game.
So you say every single time, so they would quit that right after that.
Basically, a trial of passage.
Yeah, rite of passage. Yeah,
it's like a getting your scrotum cut off or
are you cool or not?
Yeah, it happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, but that was like brutal because like it's true. Like every single time, like if you touch the butter machine and the popcorn machine at the same time. You
can complete the circuit.
You complete the circuit, and
electricity.
Basically, you had to have someone smack you off one of them because it would lock you in, and you can't let go, and you're just like, "Fuck!"
Oh, that's really bad.
That's kind of dangerous.
Hello, Cal Osa.
My dad always tells us.
It was high school.
About my uncle.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
hunting story.
New guy.
Yep. All right, so what do you do? It's like hold on to this, and then just the thing is, you just had to touch the butter machine. If you just like were grabbing onto the popcorn machine, you're fine. And then as soon as you touch that fucking goddamn butter kettle, fuck. Thinking about it right now, it's brutal.
You still have nightmares about it.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. Like right now, I'm taking me back. Like you can't let go. Like once you touch the other one, you're just stuck there. You can't.
I was always terrified when I was younger because we would hunt. We still hunt on the same property, but it's on a farm, and they have electric fence for the cattle.
Oh yeah.
And
don't live on the electric fence.
Yeah, well, it only hurts when it hurts.
Yeah. So my dad always tells a story that him and my uncle, so my dad's brother, when they were a bit younger, and they were hunting on this property, and climb underneath this electric fence to get on the other side. They have permission and stuff, but the farmer has the fence on for the cattle, so climbs under it. I can't remember what my uncle was, where he had a backpack or something on, and it got snagged, and he ended up getting, long story short, he got flipped around and his leg got caught on the fence and it got snagged, and now it's not a steady current. It's kind of like I don't know if it was legitimately AC, but it was like whack.
It pulses.
Whack.
It pulses. Yeah. You don't want to kill. You don't want to cook.
100% pulses.
Yep. So he's getting ow.
Yeah.
Because he's snagged on it. And
it's like 2 cycles, something like that. It's really low, but like it hits. It
hurts though.
It's meant to get these cattle away from the fence.
Because horses will walk up to a fence and just lean on it if they want to get over it. But if
Yeah.
they lean on it and they're chewing on some stuff, and then every 10 seconds they hear a little brrr on their chest, they're like, oh, fuck that. But if a person,
that's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, anyone else got any shocking stories?
I
Oh.
got the nickname Captain Zip Pop. I accidentally I had left one of my arcade machines on, and I put a screwdriver across 2 terminals, and I shorted out the whole room.
Oh, nice.
That was a lot of fun, but fortunately I didn't get cooked in the process. But
Brought to you live from Sub-Zero. I thought you were supposed to be in your Mortal Kombat get up tonight.
That's right. That's right.
Get over here.
Get over here. You gotta order it.
Get away from me.
That almost looks like it's a cast, like it's like permanently stuck to your face, like you broke your nose and jaw or something, and they just like wrapped you up. And they're like, there you go.
He's Dark Man.
Should we sign it?
Yeah.
You Dark Man, Arcade Ranger?
I love that movie.
Who is the Dark Man?
Dark Man's good.
That should be in our movie list if it isn't.
That's a good movie, yeah.
Agreed.
I don't have it, so if
Is
you
that
can
a-
find
Oh,
Is that
Yep.
same Raimi?
it, I love it. No, it's,
yeah,
it's
Raimi.
same Raimi. Yeah. Liam Neeson. Yep,
Bruce Campbell's in at the very end.
that's right.
Oh, well, of course, it's Sam
I
Raimi.
haven't seen that. In so
He was
long.
going to be the Dark Man, but the studios wouldn't give him the money if he kept him as the Dark Man.
Give me some sugar,
sorry,
baby.
Bruce. We got to have you in a cameo at the end. Sorry.
I like that he cameoed in every Spider-Man movie with Tobey.
Just about. Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
Yeah, somewhere in it.
Yep.
Yeah. When Andrew was talking about the rite of passage to like a rookie at a job, it reminded me of when I worked at a grocery store. When I used to work night crew stocking on the stock crew at Ralph's, and anybody new that would come on the night crew, we would give them the job of, okay, so it's your responsibility to go to aisle 2 and shake all the Italian dressings up. So we'd have him go over there. He'd take each dressing and shake each one to make sure that they're all he'd sit there doing it for like an hour, and we'd try not to laugh. He'd sit there, keep shaking all the dressings. There's a lot of dressings there. After we start busting up laughing after about an hour, he's like, "Oh, you guys are just fucking with me, huh?" Well, we do it to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, not just you.
That's like the
You got a fucking dog paw on your face.
What?
That's what happens.
Dog paw.
Oh, dog paw.
Dog paw. Yeah. And I got
my
the
belly.
yeah.
Oh, look at that.
And I get the leg.
Gimme paw. Gimme paw.
Super dog.
Is that how it is in the bed? Like takes over.
They do take
Yeah, oh
over.
my God, they totally do.
This is my bed.
They're like
Ah.
fucking radiators. You have to turn on the fan because it's
Yeah.
so much
Oh,
body.
yeah, they're hot.
Yeah.
They produce a lot of heat. I have a little wiener dog. The thing produces like a phoenix.
Is his name Richard?
3 Dog Night. That's where it
Yeah.
comes from.
It's my wiener dog, Richard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Richard dog.
I'm bringing it back.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's like 12-inch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
around. Think about it.
Ouch.
Warm and fuzzy.
Yow, don't call him Pink Can for nothing. Soup can.
Soup can.
Oh, I
Tuna
saw Nash Villain was in
stack
here
of tuna
earlier.
cans.
What did he
We-
have to say? He left.
Yeah, we lost Clint. Yeah, he was talking about like maybe we could tease an event where Clint could go to Grinkers just to do high scores.
Wow, interesting.
So Grinkers can't handle a big
Us.
event. Yeah, like we can't. We
Nobody can
We-
handle us.
we would. Yeah, basically, like Grinkers is not able to handle our volume.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
What she said.
How many people
Ooh.
can he have in there right now?
50,
Max? 50? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
He has
And
small
we're
fingers.
like between 3 and 4 times that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that event,
Yeah.
yeah, But maybe Clint could throw a thing with Steve if Steve wants to do it and Clint wants to do it.
And for
Take
the
the
serious
risk.
people that
And
mean business
Yeah.
about game
the
scores,
locals want to put up a high score, a world record potentially, then that's fine. It's not really a
Yeah.
Grinkfest event, but they
No.
maybe
he
they
could
do
live
that.
stream
Oh,
it.
maybe it could be every, like if this continues, it could be every other year. Like this year, it'll be all the people who want to do high scores, and next year it's the people who want to party who don't care about getting high scores. And this way we can kind of balance it out so that it's not like there's it's the high score people one year.
The serious
That's a
gamers.
possibility.
Right. Yeah. Right. Because it's and then everybody kind of gets their turn there. You won't sell nearly as much alcohol this year. I'll put it that way. The next following year, there'll be a lot more
Maybe
blue
not.
sales.
Yeah. However, I'm not sure how much money he actually makes on our
Oh
booze.
no, he loses. Yeah, yeah,
Not a
he'll be
lot.
able to better take the hit the following year in
Yeah.
2021. Because I'm sure we're nothing but a drain
We're
on
like-
his finances.
Best case scenario, we break even for him.
Yeah.
Even with the
Yeah.
tips, yeah,
Even with the tips, yeah. Well, that's all for the staff. So that's
Yeah.
yeah, it's
But
true.
with all the quarter drops, we'll put it
Yeah.
that way.
quarter drops. But so I don't know, Clint.
Oh,
was
that's
talking about
cool.
that. But that's not official. I have no idea. So Lewis, you waving goodbye?
See ya, Sub-Zero.
here, Lewis.
Right.
Hey, Lewis, go see Umbrella Academy. Okay,
Go
see you
free
later.
some stuff.
They actually say, I just heard. Yeah,
just
he's out. Yeah.
That's the voice I gave him.
Yeah.
I'm the dark man. Arr.
He's a pirate too, apparently.
Yeah.
Arr.
Pirate. Arr. I'm a COVID pirate.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
and then so I was going to say that the latest, there's, I don't know if you guys have seen some of the latest research is that like the neck gaiters, and hopefully he's wearing something other than just that, is actually worse than wearing nothing, no face mask at all.
Why? Because it traps.
No, it's actually, it's not probably okay for you. It probably does no good for you, but it actually causes greater spread than if you're not wearing a face mask. And they think it's because the goal of the face mask, of course, is to keep the particulate matter from spewing forth. And what it does is, because it's usually a single layer, it's not stopping it very much, and it's actually causing it to be smaller, which causes greater spread.
Oh,
So you're taking, so the bigger droplets, come out and they fall, and the smaller droplets spray farther. So they had it. So it's, if you had 100% for no mask, wearing one of those neck gaiters, which is a bummer for me because I actually like those when I walk my
That's
dogs.
what I'm using as a neck gaiter.
Yeah, so I'm using that when I walk my dogs when I'm outdoors. Like if somebody's passing by, I'm like, oh, I'll just pop my neck gaiter on and I can pop it down real easily. It's actually 110% spread, so it's actually more spread than if you're not wearing a face covering at all.
Man.
It probably depends on what your neck gaiter is. I mean, this was not a definitive study of all neck gaiters, but they did the various, like, what kind of different masks and things like
You
that.
need an N95 neck gaiter.
Or
right,
if you
so-
double up the neck gaiter, maybe.
Yeah, like that would do it.
Yeah.
That would absolutely do
we
it.
might get political at this point. The show, we're going to shut it down soon. So for those of you who want to just shut this down and not listen to this part, however, I want to continue this conversation.
Yeah.
I just got a great idea. Let's make a new warning, a disclaimer.
Oh,
A
yeah,
new
we need
Talk
disclaimer.
about politics.
We're done with the arcade monitors. Buffett, thank you very much.
Actually, we had a lot of arcade talk
Oh,
tonight.
no problem.
Yeah.
Good arcade talk. However,
And
the thing
we'll
is, like,
switch to
I
boob
still
talk,
just
Buffett,
want
don't
to
worry.
talk to you guys about this shit. So
Yeah.
Wait, what the fuck? Like,
I know. It's
No,
yeah.
I
it's-
love this is the one I have right here.
I
I wear a mask
recently
with a
get-
filter, so I do a
Yeah.
different thing.
I got a
So-
hippy dippy one.
But like, I see a ton of people wearing fucking just
Flower
like
power.
basically,
Yeah.
they're like the Waco kid. They're just wearing like the
Yeah, and I usually, like, if I'm going to stores and things, I wear a face mask.
Yeah.
But and I have a whole variety. I have one that, I have like
Oh,
one
so
that's
that's what I
plastic, like I
have.
have a whole bunch of things. Yeah. And then I have 2 different neck gaiters for when I walk, and it's for just when I'm walking the dogs, because then I don't have to wear, it's really easy to pop up, as
Yeah.
opposed
you
to
have
if
to
I'm
double
walking
it
the
like
dogs
that.
and I'm going to pass somebody, and then I'm like, okay, I got to hook this behind my ears, and I'm, kind of thing, if I'm going to be too close. So I like ears, Mock. That's awesome. So I love I've God.
look at you, hippie.
Dippy.
Hey.
Yeah.
My shit's inside, so I
Yeah.
can't put mine on. But yeah.
Yeah, so I really liked my neck gaiters, but yeah, that's what it said. It likely makes it more into smaller particulate matter, and so it spreads more easily. So
All right, so
yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, do we start discouraging people from wearing something over their face? Because it feels like, all right, so if you're not wearing like a proper like an M95 at this point, are you saying that like now people are saying it's worse to wear a mask? And where's that propaganda coming from?
But they're not saying it's worse to wear a mask. It's saying, I mean, for the particulate matter, it's only the neck gaiter because it's a single layer. And I will say that I didn't buy my neck gaiter. Actually, my mom's friend bought them for a bunch of people, and so she had sent one to me, and then she followed it up with a message like, hey, a friend of mine went to wear their neck gaiter into Kaiser and was told that they couldn't because it's a single layer and it wasn't providing enough. Can you mute yourself?
Particulars.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of echo. Yeah. So it was saying, they were saying that like, so Kaiser refused them entry because of the single layer of it. And this was before this thing that this recent study, and God knows how good this study really was. Like it was a local thing that a couple of the CBS stations carried about like, but I did see something else where it's like they talked about the efficacy, and that was the only one that was worse. Like everything else was like, everything's good.
At least something, like if you wear a bandana with 2 layers, at least you're doing better than nothing.
Right. And it really was just
the point.
a single,
like, are you doing better than nothing?
Right. And everything but the neck gaiter, a single layer neck gaiter.
And what's the neck gaiter? Sorry, Mock, is that a neck gaiter you're showing right there?
This is one my wife made. It's a Nightmare Before Christmas.
Is that your underwear?
Yeah, she made it out of my undies, my underoos.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
no,
probably
we went to the fabric store and we got some stretchable fabric,
That's cool.
This is a little thicker than my this one I bought on Amazon, and it's a real thin material. So I'm wondering if this is what Carrie's talking about, where it's not thick enough to
where it's actually worse. That's where it's like fucking that's the conversation I'm concerned about, where it's like
I'm gonna have to do some research on this and see if that's a real thing and what they found. And have you seen it where they use the special cameras that pick up the little particles that come out of your mouth when
you
breathe or cough? And they show the differences when you wear a mask or not, and it's a huge difference if you wear any kind of mask. So that's where everyone's getting it from, is the breathing. That's what they're saying.
Yeah,
people breathing on you. I mean, when Georgia opened up the schools again, 9 people all got it within a week. 3 teachers.
That's almost 10.
Almost 10. Yeah, it sucks though. Those 3 teachers now got it.
That's
now
right.
Who knows
Stinks.
what they're going to deal with? Stinks. And I don't like it. Yeah, but who knows what's going to happen to them now? I mean, because it can be really bad. I mean, might not make it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, and they're all the people they live with, and
that too, and grandparents. So some of them live with their families, and oy. And watching videos of people getting so angry when they're asked to wear a mask just pisses me off so bad too. They get really violent.
Kind of makes you want to punch them, doesn't it?
Yeah, they get so upset. Why are you so angry? Yeah. Taking my rights away. It's slavery. It's you guys are all fools. You look stupid. You have
to wear pants and a shirt when you walk into a store, don't you?
Yeah.
How much more is this to ask of you?
No shoes, no shirts, no dice.
No dice.
It's funny they don't even have to put no pants in that, like no pants in that statement. Like everybody's like, but the ultimate purpose. I mean, other than the fact that we don't want to all see each other's junk, the big thing about wearing pants is that you're not spreading your fecal matter as you sit on things. So,
Like cats where they give little butt kisses every time they sit down on something.
Right? Like
little star kiss.
Little star kiss everywhere.
Yeah, and people
chink,
do that.
chink,
Like even
chink.
through the pants, there's a certain amount of fecal matter that passes through, and they've done like, especially as if people cast gas and they're sitting on a chair and they've done like the little swabs and like there's a reason why we wear
women.
pants other than well
just
no, because we don't
guys.
do that.
Nice, you're learning.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Bullshit.
It's sign that you've been married for a while.
Changed in decent exposure to your face too.
Yeah. Well, I went camping for the last couple of weekends. Turns out my wife farts lots.
Lots. I'm sure she loves that you're telling everybody that.
She has entire conversations in her sleep.
It's like that scene. It's like the scene from Blazing Saddles. We need to have that. All the.
Be close. I'm telling you.
Well,
depends on what you ate. What did you eat that
Mr.
night,
Tiger?
though? Yeah. Did you eat chili dogs?
I'd say.
Does it matter? Is that really part of the
because
conversation?
it depends on what you eat. Because
No,
you could eat a
it
salad
doesn't,
and be
because
fine.
according to the counter argument, that doesn't happen ever.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure it does.
No. The only exception is maltitol, which is
Sugar
alcohols. That then all bets are off. Have you never read the reviews for sugar-free gummy bears on Amazon?
Oh,
it's just fucking hysterical.
We could do
really
a whole show.
If you eat them?
That
No, we
sounds
could do
like
a whole
different
show on that
topic.
where it sounds. No, that's like a whole fucking show by itself. Reading those reviews is hilarious.
They're so fun. Yeah, the sugar-free gummy bears on Amazon are just it just split your sides funny.
There was one year, it's like maybe like 2 years ago that we were all driving up, me and my guy friends, to do our annual guys camping trip, and my buddy Matt's like, "Did you hear this thing about sugar-free gummy bears and the shits that it gives people?" And I'm like, no.
Oh, no.
And we spent, it was a 3-hour drive up, and we spent the entire time laughing our asses off,
reading out loud reviews
reading
from people.
Reviews of Amazon of people
I ate them at work,
oh my
and I
god,
had to run to the bathroom.
I had the most it was descriptive. It'd be like a paragraph about people talking about like how their ass hurt so bad from explosive diarrhea and shit. It's so fucking funny.
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah, because whatever sugar alcohol, was it maltitol in those? Yeah. It's one of the worst.
Yeah, it's maltitol, which is the most
it's the most
gut destructive
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Midol.
Like I mean, like I would say at least half, most sugar alcohols give people digestive issues, but maltitol is the worst by far. Erythritol is supposed to be the least, but yeah, any of the atols, anything that ends in etol is a sugar alcohol. Then you have to like at least experiment or check yourself, because like I don't react to most of them, but other people, not everyone is resilient.
I'm super sensitive to them.
Yeah.
But that
yeah. But we could if we do an event in 2021 or whatever where we're all together, we should just drink a shit ton and read all these reviews, because they're
I thought you were gonna say, and let's get a bowl of those gummy bears
and let's all take
oh my god no it all only if we have our own rooms.
Let's prove Carrie can fart.
No, let's give Gag a new story to tell.
You know what? Honestly, with if it was maltitol, I just wouldn't stay in the room for very long, because I'd be having some quality time in the bathroom. It would be, Dave's sharding would be, that would be that'd be a wish.
The whole weekend.
That would be a wish. It just rips me up.
Gag told us a good poop story over
Jesus
or the weekend
Christ.
on
we
Saturday.
Won't talk about that though.
No, we went out wine tasting with him and Lisa on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh,
he told us
cool.
a new one. I'm bummed that he's not here, because it was hilarious. We were talking about poker in front of Lisa, and I shit you not, no pun intended, per our conversation. But we were talking about how often Dave wants to play poker, and Gak likes to play poker, and we were all kidding about that and with Lisa and stuff. And I kid you not, we both get a text from Dave. Hey, who wants to play poker tonight? And he's like, I just got home from Fun Spot, and so that's why I was surprised that Dave's not on tonight, because I wanted to hear about him and Leo and their
fiasco,
their trek out there. But it was fucking hilarious. And then Gak made a joke right with Lisa. He's like, "Yeah, so is this our last stop? Let's get home already so I can play poker."
Oh no!
It was so funny. Yeah. Yeah,
Brutal.
that was our social distancing wine tasting. It went pretty well, but it was like so fucking hot. It was like 100 degrees.
Yeah, it was way too hot.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't like it a lot. Yeah.
It smells.
It does smell. Yeah. Yeah. It was fun though. We had a good time. It was good to see them, even with our masks and everything. And yeah.
That's good. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Cool. All righty. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up. It's almost 11.
Yeah.
All right, take us out, Mock, with your beatbox.
Right, because we don't have music today, so.
No. Okay.
No. I like it.
You got a soundboard now too.
Yeah, it's my soundboard bell. Anyway, welcome. Oh no, that's
goodbye to the
goodbye.
arcade.
I mean,
episode 235.
We didn't have a lot of people in YouTube today. I think it was like
you make me lose my self-control.
It was a short.
Boom. Oh, boom.
Boot to the head. Boom.
Yeah.
But check your adjectives.
All right, so we'll see you for all next week. We're doing a game night Thursday and movie night on Saturday. But
what game is it this Thursday?
No idea.
What's the lineup for Saturday?
It's whatever we haven't played the last 2 weeks because I haven't been there. I think
it's Doll Man and the Believers or something
like that. Yeah,
I thought Gabriella played the Believers.
I don't know. I'll have to catch up with.
I don't know.
If the rest of you all didn't show up for it, we'll just play them again.
Yeah,
it'll be a rerun.
Yeah,
we can do reruns.
I'm gonna try and be there.
But
so.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, so
things.
So thanks for joining us tonight, and join us next week.
And wear your
mask.
mask.
Bat time, same bat channel. Wear your masks. Don't listen to
neck gaiters.
Don't listen to the shenanigans. Wear your mask when you're out in public and save lives. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
Watch Umbrella Academy.
Watch Umbrella Academy.
Stay home and watch it. Yeah, exactly. Stay home and watch Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, season 1 and 2.
And we've had boobs going the entire show, by the way. Yep. Thanks to Buffett.
Yeah.
We are 100% boob compliant.
Way more boobs than usual. Yep.
200% more boobs.
Yeah. Active boobs.
Love y'all. Good night.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Good night, all.